The following is a presentation of Saginaw Spirit Hockey. The Spirit are set to take the ice. But first, get all the game day information you need. It's time for Countdown to Face-Off on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey, WSGW.
It's one of the longest road trips of the season for the Saginaw Spirit. By the time they make their way back into the Dow Event Center later tonight, early tomorrow morning, they will have put over 1,100 miles on the old bus. They've got one more challenge here this afternoon from TD Place in Ottawa. It's the Saginaw Spirit and the Ottawa 67's. Hi, everybody. My name's Dylan Clark. Thanks so much for being with us for the final game on this weekend for Saginaw. This is game number 46 out of 68 on the schedule. They come into today's game 7th place in the Western Conference, and their opponent today does not get much tougher than the Ottawa 67's. They've won 5 consecutive hockey games. They are 14-3-0-1 since December the 1st. In that month of December, they won 9 hockey games in a row. They've had a number of 5-game or longer winning streaks. And right now, Ottawa 3rd place in the Eastern Conference. Saginaw will see an old friend in Nick Sema, who will wear number 16 for the red, black, and white. For the Spirit, they're coming off of a game that would probably like to be forgotten. 2 nights ago in Kingston against the Frontenacs, 8-2, they fall at the hands of the Kingston Frontenacs after a really strong performance in Peterborough against the Petes the night before. And it started off on the wrong foot early. Kieran Dervin would get things going. A power play opportunity for the Frontenacs. Not so long, just 6 minutes and 10 seconds into the game after a goal was initially waved off. Kieran Dervin would start the scoring off on the man advantage for the Kingston Frontenacs. Out of the left wing corner. From the hash marks, Pobajal, then for McLean, then back up top. This is Van Williamson, walks the line. Left side again, McLean, down to the goal line. Pobajal, the bumper, they score! This one's going to count. Up over the glove of Papineau. Kieran Dervin makes it 1-0 Kingston on the power play. Saginaw would outshoot the Kingston Frontenacs 31-26 in that hockey game, but between the pipes for Kingston, goaltender Gavin Betts stops 29 out of 31, and a number of really strong opportunities for Saginaw, first and foremost to stop on Nikita Klepov on the power play. Now Carson Harmer tries to keep things alive down low for Popoy. Back for Harmer, the circle shot gets blocked. Rebound chance, loose play, oh what a save! Gavin Betts, the stop of the year with the paddle on Popoy. Rebound chance right in front of the net. He makes another save with the left pad. That save on Brody Popoy was the best of the year, or at least the best that we'd seen so far. Later on, another stop on Nikita Klepov would keep Kingston very much in the driver's seat. Klepov, back for Zilkin. Right circle, hits the late man over to the far side. James go back in front for Klepov. He double hit it, turned around. What a save there by Betts as he spun over his left shoulder to whack it back out with the shoulder and the elbow. Saginaw's leading goal scorer on the season, Nikita Klepov, would find the back of the net eventually. At this point, it was 8-0 Frontenacs, but Levi Harper picks up the assist on a Nikita Klepov goal to tie Zane Parekh for the franchise's rookie defenseman scoring record. Over to the far side, Klepov looking towards the middle. One of the Frontenacs lost the stick. Klepov throws it there. The shot, he scores! Nikita Klepov through the 5-hole of the goaltender Gavin Betts. 13:28 to go in the third period, and it's an 8-1 game. Saginaw looking to clean things up in the third period and take whatever positives they could from it. They outshot the Frontenacs 9-8 in that third and final frame. They had the only 2 goals, though they do fall 8-2. And the final marker, Bodie Stewart's first back in a Spirit uniform for Brody Popoy and Ryan Hanrahan. Now the jam play on the goal line by Popoy. The shot, they score. Bodie Stewart cashes in on a power play goal. It should be Hanrahan and Popoy on the assists. 9:58 left in the third period, and Saginaw's got another power play marker. It's 8-2. That would be where the scoring would end for both hockey clubs. 8-2, Saginaw falls to the Kingston Frontenacs. They will fall 2-0 in that season series and look to put the pieces back together, start off on a better foot here on this Sunday afternoon in Ottawa as they take on the Ottawa 67's. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we sit down with Spirit head coach Chris Lasry talking about the first 2/3 of the season. We're in the final period. We're in the third period of this season, as it were. We'll sit down with Chris Lasry on Coach's Corner coming up after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber is your local Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer. Family owned, locally trusted. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at your local Jeep and Ram dealer. Garber. Bay Road, Saginaw. Online 24/7 at garbercdjr.com.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about: questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Scott Seaman to create your personal price plan today.
Now, get inside analysis directly from the Spirit coaching staff. This is Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner as the Spirit close out the weekend in Ottawa on this Sunday afternoon, joined again by Spirit head coach Chris Lazary. And coach, about 2/3 of the way through the season, once this game's all said and done, just kind of the thoughts right now of the progression, how things have evolved, and what's going to be the main focus here in kind of the final chapter of the year.
Yeah, like for me, looking at long-term play, like just excited about the players we currently have here, the players that we have in the system that will be coming. And then we're going to have another good draft. There'll be free agent opportunities in the summer. Like, we have a healthy draft grid with a ton of picks. We're a healthy franchise. We're the second youngest team in the league. We're having a pretty good year. When you take that into account, there's so many good things happen with our group. It literally reminds me of the team that prior to the Memorial Cup year that finished fourth, went to the second round. Like, we're a little bit behind, obviously, in the standings, but very similar situations with roster construction and what's happening. So if you're a Spirit fan or a member of this organization, there's lots to be excited about. We have a lot of work to do, and there's a lot of development still to happen, but where we are is extremely healthy, and it's stepping in the right direction towards another championship. And we believe that, and we're going to keep working that every day.
Braden Jones plays 100 OHL games here tonight. Where do you see his progression and kind of what's the next step for him? What's kind of the next plateau that he can kind of check off here?
Yeah, like you look at his numbers, good, plays the game, like 200-foot guy for us, can defend, can get up and create some offense. Like, I think there's a lot more room I think he settles for a lot of low percentage stuff offensively. I think there's another level or two in his game there if he would just look for different plays. That's part of his development, but he defends hard. He's been breaking out pucks better. He's got a real good stick. He ends a lot of plays to the neutral zone. We just need to continue on that game as we try to build this into another championship team. He'll be a 19-year-old on that team, and he's expected to play well at that age. So we're trying to get him there through his development, and he's well on his way.
What kind of helps guys to push through making the lower percentage plays to maybe find, I guess, that breakthrough point where it all kind of clicks for him a little bit more?
Well, it's mindset. Since they've been little, everyone yells, shoot the puck. You got people that shoot the puck, but we don't want to take a shot unless it's from a high danger area, and we have goal scoring analytics layered on that shot. So whether it's off pass, over the Royal Road, distance to the net, and do we have a net front? So when we play the way we do in the offensive zone, some teams will, you guys got outshot 45-19, but of our 19 shots, like 16 of them were great, high danger, or they had a lot of net traffic. So we're trying to develop that. They're trying to break habits they play with the whole way. We just throw pucks on the net. I don't believe in that. We don't believe in that. We want to make sure when we shoot a puck, it comes from a good area of the ice and we have good things going on. So to do that, it's a different mentality. And it's just getting guys to see the video, trust the skill, be in that environment and be able to be comfortable not throwing a puck at the net and finding a different play that maybe leads to a better shot. And it just takes time.
Got some time yesterday, taking some NHL action with your group at the Senators game. Just how cool is it to kind of see those guys watch firsthand, the goal, watch their goals and aspirations kind of play out in front of them and pick out the things that they want to be successful at.
One of the cool things of the game was watching, for me, especially the Russians, because they sat right in front of me, but all of the guys, like the comments they were making on the game, the things they were talking about after, the excitement of like the pregame or something in the game happens similar to what we're trying to do. If they did something that we don't do that we want to do, and all the guys chirping the play, like they're engaged and they're watching NHL players that are drafted, undrafted, college, our league, wherever, Europe. Like everybody can look at a player and find a story that relates to them and keep their dream alive. And that's the best part of junior hockey is like we're all dreaming, man, from management to broadcasters to coaches to players. We're dreaming of getting to the NHL. So everybody there got to visualize what that would be like to be in that environment. And it should make you excited here to play today, that you're playing in the best junior league in the world, one step away from that goal.
Lastly, final game of the weekend. You're playing a 67's team that sits pretty much on top of the pile in the Eastern Conference. What do you expect out of a team that's among the more structured defensively?
Yeah, I think Dave Cameron's one of the best coaches in the league. He's one of the best people in the league. He's coaching the NHL down. He's World Juniors. He's done everything, and his teams are structured. They play hard. They play disciplined. His D zone is. I mean, I was around it at the World Juniors last year. Like the way he can teach defense is Hall of Fame to me. It's going to be harder for us to create, but I'm looking forward to the challenge. Can we play the way we want to play against a really good D zone team and create? So we're going to have our hands full. They've they're a model like us. Like last year, they picked 4th overall. Now they're the first place in the league. We're on the similar path where we're hoping not to pick 4th overall, but we'll probably pick 6 to 10, and then we're hoping to be one of the best teams in the league. So they're 1 year ahead of where we at. It's going to be exciting to see the two teams play the same.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck today. That's Chris Lazary. Saginaw closes out the weekend in Ottawa. Back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Too many people end up in the retirement penalty box, paying more in taxes, missing out on healthcare options, or skating without a plan. At McIntosh and Associates, we help keep your game sharp with clear, personalized retirement strategies. Let's build a plan that works in every period of life. Call 989-692-2200 or visit wealthmichigan.com. McIntosh and Associates. Retirement made clear.
Find space at Frankenmuth Spring Hill Suites, where you can savor your time away with the little extras that are included. Each studio suite features extra room to spread out when on the road with your family or your team. Airy beds are piled high with pillows for that little bit of extra comfort. And an innovative 3-in-1 trundle sofa provides even more sleeping options. Book your next stay at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, where every room is more than a room.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Another opportunity on this Sunday afternoon for the Saginaw Spirit to put together a couple of points. They find themselves matched up against the Ottawa 67's for the first time this season. Last time these two hockey clubs came together, it was a 7-2 win by the Spirit in this very building almost exactly a year ago. They're hoping to find similar success here in this game. It's going to be an uphill battle. Again, an Ottawa 67's team that's won 5 straight hockey games. They have won 14 out of their last 18 games. It's an uphill battle for Saginaw, but they don't get much easier, and you don't get anything, any bonuses for going into easy hockey games. So for the Spirit, the challenge tonight, as we take a look at our Saginaw Valley State University starting lineups, the young men who will start this hockey game here for the Spirit: Sam McHugh for the Ottawa 67's on the left side, with Cooper Foster at center, Pittsburgh Penguins draft pick, Nick Whitehead at right wing, and on the back end, Andre Rummel and Cohen Eshkok for the Ottawa 67's, a couple of highly talented defensive prospects for their head coach, Dave Cameron. On the Spirit side of things, for Chris Lazary, Brody Popoy starts on the left wing with Carson Harmer at center. It'll be Jacob Cloutier, the Winnipeg Jets 7th rounder, at right wing. Josh Glavin and Xander Valeris on the back end here for the Saginaw Spirit. Your starting lineups for today's game, brought to you by Saginaw Valley State University. A quick look at your out-of-town scoreboard. It's a busy afternoon, slightly less busy. This is not just the longest trip of the year for the Saginaw Spirit. It is also the coldest. 18 degrees in Saginaw right now, 6 here in Ottawa. Feels like the old -7, and that is Fahrenheit, not Celsius. Because of the weather, a postponed game between the Kingston Frontenacs and the Oshawa Generals. Sudbury plays the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies of the QMJHL today at 4 o'clock. Spirit, of course, getting set to go with the 67's right now. North Bay is in Sault Ste. Marie. No score yet there. A 2-1 lead for the Brampton Steelheads over the Niagara Ice Dogs going into period number 2. Brantford, Jake O'Brien has the Bulldogs up 1-0 on Barrie on home ice. And the London Knights 3-1 up on the Peterborough Petes. Your out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. And one more break before we get set to go. Saginaw, one more on this Peterborough, Kingston, and Ottawa trip. They close off with the Ottawa 67's, hoping that they close off the weekend with 2 points. Puck drop coming up. National anthems after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
From making athletic footwear stronger and lighter to powering the future of electric racing vehicles, material science and R&D are the MVPs of innovation. At Dow, we collaborate with customers and partners to tackle a wide range of sports product challenges with cutting-edge advancements in technology. Dow's innovations can help to improve performance and sustainability throughout the world of sports. Dow, at the intersection of sports and science.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
We're Durolast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Durolast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Durolast, the world's best roof.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
Spirit Hockey
Harmer holds it out wide. Centers. Blue Jays scores!
lives
Looking for the stretch pass to Jilkin. It'll pop off the wall and lay down for him. Jilkin scores!
here.
Picked up by Harmer. In with speed. Carson Harmer shoots. He scores! Carson Harmer!
The radio home of your Saginaw Spirit is WSGW 100.5 FM. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. Now it's game time. Live from the rink to your radio. Here is the first period play-by-play with the voice of Saginaw Spirit Hockey, Dylan Clark.
TD Place, the last stop for the Saginaw Spirit on their trip through the OHL's East Division. Their opponent today, the Ottawa 67's, sits second place in that division, 33-9-1 and 269 points. Nobody in the OHL has more. The Brantford Bulldogs have just as many. Our starting goaltenders for today's game brought to you by NetSource One, the official technology provider of the Saginaw Spirit. For the Ottawa 67's, Ryder Fedorov, native of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Swickley neighborhood of Pittsburgh, 20 wins on the year, and he is a leading candidate for the OHL's Rookie of the Year right now. through 26 appearances, 3 shutouts, 2.02 goals against average, a 925 save percentage. He stopped 26 out of 28 in a victory over the Peterborough Petes on January 18th. He is among the best in the Ontario Hockey League among goaltenders. Stepan Shurigan has been one of the best for the last couple of games. 87 out of 89. That is 87 saves on 89 shots in his last 2 contests. Both victories for the Spirit netminder. Puck drop. Our opening face-off brought to you by Delta College and Saginaw into the Ottawa 67 zone. This one's underway and picked up here by Andre Rummel. Out of the back end. Off the right side, Cohen-Ishkok again will flip it up the right wing boards and back into the Spirit zone for an icing. That'll take just 17 seconds off the clock here. And an early go, Josh Glavin getting visor to visor with Sam McHugh. Your officials for today's game brought to you by WNEM TV5. Matt Boldy and Aaron Neely are the referees. Hunter Gaspar and Garrett Merrill will work the lines here. Ottawa in the home barber pole uniforms, the red, white, black striping all the way from head to toe. Saginaw, the traveling white uniforms, blue pants, blue shoulders and helmet, red trim throughout, and star-spangled numbers laid on the back. Barabanov will go here against Cooper Foster. And the Ottawa 67's have this puck back in the near side corner. It is McHugh. They pass up the right side looking for Rummel. Collision there, Whitehead turns things back up. Cooper Foster right up towards the center ice face-off dot. This will be knocked off his stick. Nikita Klepov takes it away from steal there. That'll be thrown back towards the net by McHugh. Just wide of the right goalpost there behind Stepan Shurigan. 45 seconds gone here in this first period. Delayed offside for Ottawa will give Saginaw some time to regroup. Snap a puck up the far side boards. Too far ahead of Dima Zhilkin. Goes down for an icing again. Ahead of the Spirit captain. Had a 7-game point streak snapped on Friday night's loss to the Kingston Frontenacs, 8-2. One of the more challenging losses that the Spirit have endured so far this season. Again, it came off the heels of some of the best hockey they'd played in a 4-1 victory over Peterborough on Thursday night. Offensive zone face-off won here by the 67's. Morelli back to Bowes. Off to the right point, shot through traffic. That's a long pad save by Stepan Shurigan. The rebound picked up by Nikita Klepov. He motors into offensive territory here. 28 goals on the season. Klepov leads the Spirit. Top 5 in the OHL. However, a turnover. Here come the 67's back the other way. Bowes on a breakaway. Shoots and a blocker stopped by the Spirit netminder. All kinds of runway there for Bowes, and Shurigan stands tall. Puck back in the Ottawa end. Move back up to Bowes, and then the right side. Nick Sema, 16 in red, white, and black for the Ottawa 67's. Will turn this puck back in. Braden Jones, former teammate of his, moves it back up to Brody Popoy, and then a skipping puck will redirect up and into the Spirit bench off the stick of Blake Barnes. Braden Jones playing in his 100th Ontario Hockey League game here today. Face-off will come just outside the Saginaw bench. Carson Harmer to take it against the left-handed shooting Thomas Vandenberg. The puck knocked back for Xander Valeris. Off the far side wall, Josh Glavin looking to go there with Brody Popoy. This will be taken away by Sean Kingwell, the 67's. Vandenberg, a heavy shoulder. Oh, Xander Valeris came over and cleaned him out on what would have been a clear scoring chance. Kingwell back for Deach. Swung over, right in between the dots. Here's an opportunity. That shot from Kingwell blocked on its way through. It's in the paraphernalia of a couple of players. They finally get it untangled. And it's Jacob Kluche to backhand this puck out of danger, but not out of the zone. Vandenberg keeps it alive. Right wing circle shot gets snapped off of a leg. Ekberg took that chance. And off of Ekberg, this puck goes for Carson Harmer back out to neutral territory. And knocked out of danger again, David Bedkowski. Here for the 67's, taken away by Saginaw's Kluche. And it's Brody Popoy down the right wing corner and back in behind the 67's net. 2.5 minutes gone here in the first period from Ottawa. No score between the Spirit and the 67's. The first meeting in almost exactly a year. Here come the 67's down the right side. Brock Chitteroni knocked skates with Saginaw's Levi Harper. He goes down. The puck spills back and behind the Spirit net. James Go just ducks out of a check there from Teddy Spitznagel. And up the far boards, Harper will find Ryan Hanrahan. 67's will steal. High in the slot, they drop it off. This one can't be handled by Spitznagel. And it'll drift in on Stepan Shurigan, who makes the save and hangs on for a face-off here. 17:02 remaining here in this opening frame. 3 shots on goal, all 3 of them belonging to the 67's. Winners of 5 straight, as we mentioned during the pregame show. A very productive string of hockey for Ottawa. 14-3-0-1 since December the 1st. Defensive zone face-off won here by the Spirit in a scoreless hockey game as Bodie Stewart brings us up the right side. He gets turned into the glass. Scored his first goal back in his Spirit uniform last night against the Frontenacs. This one sent back in behind the Ottawa goal. Collision on the near side boards, and Spitznagel will turn that up the wall for Cohen-Ishcock again. Got now to Saginaw's Jensen Geldart at neutral ice. Josh Glavin takes the check from Brock Chitteroni. Knocked down at the Ottawa blue line. They'll bring it back up and bunted away by Braden Kravchuk. Down the right wing corner. There goes Kravchuk to pursue against Ryan Hanrahan. 2 against 2. Far side corner of the Spirit end. Hanrahan comes back to help out the numbers. And it's pulled out of the pile by Saginaw's Glavin. Up to Xander Valeris. Kept alive at the offensive blue line by Connor Buick of the 67's. Josh Glavin angles it off the backboards and up the far side where Valeris gets spinning out to the neutral zone to Jensen Geldart. He and Valeris get a little tangled up. Now a stick in the way. That'll be a steal for Whitehead. He picks the pocket of Valeris and scores. Nick Whitehead knocks that puck away from Xander Valeris. Goes in one-on-one with the goaltender Shurigan. And he slides that puck right between the 5-hole of the Spirit netminder to give the 67's a 1-0 lead. .58 here in this opening period. Just a routine play, but Whitehead, 40 points on the year, 41 now. That's his 17th goal of the season. There's a reason why Ottawa sits where they are. 18-2 on home ice. They score first here and set the tone. Nick Whitehead knocks that puck away from Xander Valeris. 1-0 lead for Ottawa as Morelli controls off the center ice face-off after the opening marker of this one. Back in behind, Stepan Shurigan. They'll flip this puck through. Roscoe in after it. Now it comes right back out for Whitehead. A shot from the left circle, shrugged off by Shurigan. Dimas Yilkin back through center ice and flips it over some shoulders. Klepov pursues Morelli. Igor Barabanov taken heavily into the boards there. Connor Buick left in that hit. A couple of shots for Barabanov as well as he gets back up. Now Zhilkin forces a turnover in the far side circle. Gives a little cross check to Nick Whitehead. This is Klepov in the far boards. He takes a heavy check, and Morelli takes the puck away for the 67's. Nick Whitehead floats this puck back up to center. Sam McHugh can't pick it up at the defensive blue line for Saginaw. Braden Jones, the pass up for Nikita Klepov, and it's over to Caleb Deitch. Up the center red. Ottawa defenseman lays this back in behind the goal of Stepan Shurigan. Levi Harper gets a high hit there. Moves the puck to Klepov. Then back for Dimas Zhilkin. Ottawa forces another turnover. Klepov trying to move Jasper Kutta off of this shot. Now a chance from the point. Vandenberg's chance. That one goes off a glove. Check, that was David Benkowski. The puck picked up at center ice by Saginaw's former Nick Sema. Ottawa's Sema now takes it back in behind the Spirit net. Stick check by James Go. No more puck there as it's off the stick of Bowes. Back up at center ice, taken by Ryan Hanrahan. A little move off the wall. Takes the check from Sema. Nikita Klepov moved off that puck by David Betkowski. The puck back up at center ice. Spencer Bowes will take over here for the 67's and flip it back in. Blake Barnes closed off heavily there on that hit from Bowes, and another hit on Ryan Hanrahan from Sema. Can get this puck back in the right wing corner. Poke check there from James Go. Ottawa out of the right wing corner. Jasper Kutta up to the right point. This one goes back and behind the net of Stepan Shurigan. 13:48 to go. First period, 1-0 in favor of the 67's on the Nick Whitehead goal. Turning around now is Saginaw Sawyer Schmidt to clear this puck and all the way down the ice. No icing is Cohen-Ishcock again there to pick things up off the boards in the Ottawa zone. Ishcock again back up through center. Brings it in himself. The defenseman leads the charge. Plays it off the boards and picks it up in the corner. It's hit there by a couple of Spirit defenders. This will be moved up the wall. Philip Ekberg to try and keep things alive just inside the blue line. Saginaw's Jacob Kluche takes it away, and they will take it right back. Sean Kingwell back in the Ottawa zone. Andre Rummel, the defenseman, up for Ekberg. A return pass looking for Vandenberg. That'll knock off a couple of skates. Konishkonkinen's got to get Ottawa out of danger here. As Xander Valeris into the forecheck, a big hit there. Turnover, forced in Kluche's shot. Fought off by Fedorov. His first save of the hockey game here, 7 minutes in. Jacob Kluche, as this puck is recovered back in neutral territory. Brody Papoy spins off the hit of Ekberg. Motors around in the red line neighborhood and throws it back into the far corner. Jacob Kluche throws a hit. Carson Harmer's on this puck, centering feed. Broken play. Papoy can't get a shot to the net. Does on the second chance. That one turned down by the left skate of Fedorov. 67's picked this puck up. Left-handed shooting Andre Rummel will slowly set things up back in behind the Ottawa goal. Shots on goal brought to you by Frankenmuth Insurance and Saginaw Bay Underwriters. 6-2 in favor of the home squad right now. 12:20 left as Ottawa breaks this up. It's neutral ice, leading 1-0 here in the first period. Angled back in behind the net of Stepan Shuriga. Drew Roscoe gets blown up, and the arm of the official is high. He's slow to get back up. Teddy Spitznagel came over and cleaned out Roscoe. And Saginaw will head to the power play on a charging call. 12:07 left in period one. We'll take a break. Saginaw to their first IBEW Locals 5-5-7 power play. Back in a moment here in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Get it all at Garber Chevrolet Saginaw. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall experience. Our expert technicians are factory trained to the highest standards, keeping your vehicle in top condition. And we have everything for your automotive needs, even tires. Get to Garber Chevy Saginaw today and see how you get it all at Garber, Gratiot Road, Saginaw. Online, GarberChevroletSaginaw.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Hi, this is Graydon Jones, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 WSGW.
12:07 left in the first period here from TD Place. A 1-0 lead for the Ottawa 67's on a goal from Nick Whitehead, but a charging penalty just taken by Teddy Spitznagel on a hit towards Drew Roscoe. Will send the Spirit to their first IBEW Local 5-5-7 power play in this game. 1 for 3 in their most recent game against the Kingston Frontenacs. Ottawa, in their most recent victory, again, their 5th consecutive when they beat the Oshawa Generals 4-3. They blanked the General power play 6 times, 6 penalties killed. Face off to the right of Fedorov, one back by Saginaw. This is Dima Zhilkin. Over to Igor Barabanov. Back to Zhilkin, center point. Head up, takes a look, doesn't like the lane, and finds Klepov on the near side. The return pass up high to Zhilkin, bounces a little bit, but he settles it. Klepov slings it rink wide, and that goes off the toe of the stick of Igor Barabanov. Zhilkin back on it here. Into the left wing circle. Drops it back with pressure. There's Barabanov up high. Pinballs around. Zhilkin helps him keep it alive. Finding Barabanov now between the dots. A shot and a great glove save made by Ryder Fedorov. 11:39 left in this first period. 28 seconds off of the Saginaw power play. And great work by the Spirit to keep things alive on a number of occasions. Ottawa could have stripped and sent that puck back the other way. Barabanov and Zhilkin teaming up. Keep it in front of him. And they work out a really good scoring opportunity against Ryder Fedorov. Free agent signing of the Ottawa 67's this year. A revelation, he's been between the pipes, and a big part of the reason why this team's been as successful as it is. 67's will clear. They've got some speed as well. And they'll chase this puck into the offensive zone for a shorthanded chance. That's deflected wide off the stick of Thomas Vandenberg. Not to say that this team is being propped up by goaltending in any way, shape, or form, but a big part of the reason why they can use their speed to their advantage so often. Here comes Klepov back into the offensive zone. 1:05 left on the power play. Spitznagel in the box for charging. 67's will take this puck away from the Spirit. And it's Morelli to wait things out. Drop back for Connor Buick. Flip to the far corner of the Spirit end. Saginaw, 22.4% of the man advantage this year. 7th in the league. Ottawa, 75% of the PK. That is 20th or 21st, depending on where you look, as some of the QMJHL teams that have made their way into OHL play are factored into that now. But last place, as it currently stands, for Ottawa on the PK. They're doing a good job so far. As they're going to steal this puck and send it the other direction. Sean Kingwell, nearly a shorthanded breakaway, but the Spirit captain Zhilkin came back and took it away. 67's will fire it back in behind Stepan Shurigan. 23 seconds left on the penalty to Spitznagel. Zhilkin drops it off for Levi Harper. As the second unit here will only get a couple of strides. Harper drops it back for Jensen Geldart up the left wing boards. This will be knocked down by Bodie Stewart to chase it. David Betkowski there for Ottawa in the far corner. 2 seconds and 1. Spitznagel's out. Stewart has this puck along the far wall. It'll be taken away. Braden Kravchuk trying to stretch pass there for Spitznagel. It's off the goal stick of Stepan Shurigan. Has to quickly shovel that one ahead, and now it's Ryan Hanrahan. Full head of steam up the right side. Hanrahan drops it. Right wing circle. Geldart shot. That one poked to the corner by Fedorov. Bodie Stewart onto the far corner boards. Gets some help from Ryan Hanrahan. Kravchuk comes over to him. Hanrahan falling. Trying to poke after that puck. 67s will take it away. Cohen-Ishkok to lead the charge. Up for Andre Rummel down the left side. Lays it back into the corner. Spitznagel on here for the 67s in the offensive corner. 9:34 to go here in the first period. 1-0 Ottawa on the goal from Nick Whitehead. Saginaw running into a bit of trouble in the defensive zone. Kravchuk back up high. Ishkok floats this one back off the glass in behind Stepan Shurigan. Jensen Geldart. Levi Harper trying to roll the puck free, and now Brody Popoy comes up with it in the near side circle. Gets it back out to center. Takes a hit. Moves it to Bodie Stewart to lay this puck back in behind. Andre Rummel takes over here, and a delayed penalty is upcoming. Fedorov to the Ottawa bench. 9 minutes here in this first period. They dump it back in where Blake Barnes will touch up. And a tripping penalty upcoming to the Spirit. 8:56 left in this opening frame. Penalty box door swings open. Who's going to go? They're over at the Saginaw bench to pick up the guilty man. Brody Popoy to take a seat on the trip. And Saginaw to their first Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill here in this game. Trying to get a look at where exactly the trip comes in. Not sure if we'll be able to find that for you. 8:56 left. And Kingston's power play against Saginaw 1 for 3 on Friday night. Ottawa on the season, or Ottawa rather, 20.4%, middle of the pack, that's 11th. They were unsuccessful in 3 opportunities against the Oshawa Generals in yesterday's game. This is cleared all the way down here by the Spirit to start out the PK. Saginaw's power play 19th in the OHL right now, 75.4%. Ottawa drops things back out of the defensive zone. Sam McHugh up the left wing. Xander Valeris going to lean into Philip Ekberg, and the puck is cleared. A twisting clear there by Jacob Cloutier. He gets back to the bench, playing in some familiar territory. Hometown here for Cloutier. Lots of friends and family in the building. We'll talk with Jacob Cloutier coming up in the intermission report. Now here comes Morelli carving in, and a chance for the 67 is deflected off the stick of Xander Valeris and out of play. 1:18 left on the tripping penalty to Saginaw's Brody Popoy. He had an assist 2 nights ago against the Kingston Frontenacs. That snapped a 4-game scoring drought for Brody Popoy. 110 ranked North American skater on NHL Central Scouting's list, as again all eyes have turned to Brody Popoy. He progresses through his rookie season here. 67's power play wins the draw. Cohen-Ishkok from the right point, slides this one across. Cooper Foster down to the goal line. Return pass, Foster slides it over, and that one deflected off the stick of Nikita Klepov. Good pressure there. 67's keep it away. Foster left circle again. Back up to Ishkok Throws it near side. Foster on and off his tape. Drew Roscoe pursues him. Foster finds Ishkok up high. Cross ice. One-time chance. That sent wide off the stick of Jasper Kuda. And all the way back out and into the 67's end after it came off the glass. Vandenberg leading things back in for Ottawa. Through the sticks of Klepov and Roscoe. Goes back in behind the Spirit net. Up the right side, Kuda. Now for Ishkok Back to Jasper Kuda. Ishkok center point shot. Right pad save made by Shurigan. Back it comes into the circle. Picked up by James Go. Leads to Dima Zhilkin. Gains the red line. Fires that one in off the blocker of the goaltender, Ryder Fedorov. Up into the corner. 17 seconds left on the Brody Popoy penalty. Nearly a steal here from Barabanov just inside the 67's blue line. Nick Whitehead calmly controls. Vandenberg, cross ice. This is Buick. Now off the corner boards for Cooper Foster. Leading scorer here for the 67's. Finds a man in front. Buick lost the handle at the last second. Brody Popoy's out of the box. The Spirit have killed it. Back at neutral ice. Foster drive things back in. Handcuffed by Popoy. The puck taken now by Blake Barnes. A backhanded pass off the wall. Braden Jones runs into some red, black, and white trouble. Quickly moves the puck, though, to Igor Barabanov up the left side and into the offensive zone for the Spirit. Hits the late man. Blake Barnes the shot. Sweeping that one in front. Almost deflected by Bodie Stewart, who will glove this puck back down in behind the Ottawa goal. Barabanov to the corner. Poke past Chitteroni. Point shot there. And a pad save made by Fedorov off the stick of Graydon Jones. Spitznagel back and ahead. Looking for Brock Chitteroni. Taken away by Blake Barnes. Back in the Spirit zone. Barnes drops it off for go. Pass is picked up at the Saginaw blue line by Hanrahan. A little move to the backhand. Looking for Jensen Geldart. That was intercepted by Rummel. 67's bring it in. Good hit there. Broken play and a delayed penalty's coming. As Chitteroni gives an extra shot to Hanrahan behind the play. That was not the penalty that was called. Saginaw will be shorthanded here. 6:01 left in this first period. As Hanrahan looks on, Jacob Kluche comes over. He's got a conversation for Teddy Spitznagel. They're going to give, I believe, a kneeing penalty here to Graydon Jones for the hit on Spitznagel. So Saginaw back to the Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill. About a minute after they were back at full strength. Shots in this first period so far, 7-6 in favor of Ottawa. I believe 2 shots on that power play. They're going to get another one here. They win the face-off in the offensive zone, but it comes all the way back to neutral territory. So the quick regroup is led back into the offensive zone by Foster. At the left wing hash marks. Foster uses the boards to find Eshkok again, looking over. Kuda's shot. That one fanned on. Josh Glavin tries to get it out of danger. Jacob Kluche not out of the zone. Whitehead steals, throws it near side. This is Foster. Looking cross ice. Eshkok again. Waiting. Return pass. Center point. Foster looks for a lane. Takes a shot blocked by Kluche. Now a chance short-handed for Carson Harmer. He pokes it ahead. Harmer's got a step. Eshkok again racing back against him. Harmer stops up and turns around. That shot never got to the net. It was deflected. Great back check there by Cohen Eshkok again. Cooper Foster back into the offensive zone here for the 67. Still 1:12 on the power play. On a kneeing penalty to Graydon Jones. Jasper Kuda bumps it down to the goal line. This one picked up off the boards by Cooper Foster. He's pursued by Saginaw's Glavin. Off the near sideboards. Another penalty coming as Whitehead got tied up with Barabanov and hauled down. Fedorov to the bench. 4:55 left in this opening period, and a tripping call upcoming to Igor Barabanov. Penalty trouble here for the Spirits. Not the first time this weekend that's been the case. Saginaw shorthanded 4 times in the first period against Peterborough on Thursday. They seem to be trending in the same direction here in this first period on this Sunday afternoon. Barabanov just reaching for the puck in between the legs of Nick Whitehead. And the way the puck moved and the way the stick of Barabanov moved takes out the legs of Whitehead, and a 5-on-3 here for the 67s for 54 seconds. Face off on the near side circle. On the stick side of goaltender Stepan Shurigan. Drew Roscoe, Carson Harmer, and James Go, the 3 penalty killers for the Spirit here. And after a face-off win from Harmer, James Go clears off the glass and all the way down for the goaltender, Ryder Fedorov. Bedkowski here on the power play. Frankie Morelli up with McHugh now on the near side. This will be brought into the zone by Ekberg. Cooper Foster, the 5th man on the second power play unit. He stays out from the first one. Now it's bumped back in front. Bedkowski, center point, takes the shot. Tipped on its way there. A good save there on McHugh. A backhanded shot. That one turned off the stick of Sean Kingwell. Was right in front. Back in the far corner boards. Up the wall. The 67s move it. Back to the middle. Walking. This is Bedkowski. Thrown near side Ekberg. Back over. Bedkowski right between the dots. Hangs onto it. Pressured away by Carson Harmer. He doubles all the way back up to the blue line. Now it's Ekberg. Takes it over. One-time shot from the right circle. Hummed wide by Morelli. Rides the glass. Back out to center ice. 4 seconds on the 5-on-3. Saginaw will get Jones back in a moment. Ekberg over the line. Drops to Morelli. Give and go. Taken away, though, on a fan-on pass. Jones hits his man Zhilkin. Back up through center ice shorthanded, trying to carve on through. Zhilkin nearly got between Bedkowski and Morelli. But no more puck for the Spirit captain, as Ekberg will take it here for Bedkowski. 49 seconds left on the Barabanov penalty. 3:40 left in this opening period. 1-0 Ottawa on an unassisted goal from Nick Whitehead. 67's back in their defensive zone. Eshkok again over for Nick Whitehead. Back up. This is led into the zone by Kuda. He's got it down the right side. The finish forward shot. Good pad save made by the Russian goaltender Shurigan with the pad. Eshkok again. Keeps it alive. Shot deflected. Another pad save made by Shurigan. The Spirit put this one off the glass. And out to Ottawa territory. 20 seconds here in the power play. Fedorov drops things there for Cohen Eshkok again. Nick Whitecloud. Speed into the offensive zone. Tosses this one near side for Foster. Drops it back. Eshkok again. Right circle. One-time shot by Kuda sent high. We'll check the flex on the stick to make sure it's in one piece. Back up to the top of the zone. Eshkok again, center point, out of the boxes. Barabanov, the Spirit have killed it off. Vandenberg's shot gets deflected by Bodie Stewart. Barabanov on the loose puck will tap it there for Nikita Klepov. Needs the charge in for the Spirit. Delays at the line, backhanded pass. Bodie Stewart, right circle shot, just fought aside by the blocker of Fedorov. Levi Harper on the rebound, can't be kept alive. And so this is Nick Whitehead back up through center. Kick to the near side. Kuda from the left corner, put back in front off a body. Igor Barabanov will toss this one back up to Caleb Deitch. D-to-D pass, ramped back in. Back behind the net of Stepan Shurigan. Levi Harper picks it up here for Saginaw. 2:15 to go first period. Stretch pass can't be settled down by Kluche in the neutral zone. And I'll say he was not able to get a tap on it either. Caleb Deitch just broke his stick on the shin guards of Jacob Kluche. I don't believe a penalty coming up, but a break. 2:14 left in the first. 1-0 Ottawa being outshot. The Spirit are 10-7 right now. We're back to TD Place in a moment here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Ryan Coe to create your personal price plan today.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM WSGW.
2:14 left in this first period from TD Place. 1-0 lead for the Ottawa 67's right now. And it's been a lot of penalty killing time here for the Saginaw Spirit. They have killed off 3 Ottawa power plays. And they are in the defensive zone here. The face-off. Trying to get something going is Klepov finds Barabanov. That'll be knocked aside at the Ottawa blue line and turned back in by Jacob Kluche. Back at center ice. Levi Harper up the left side. Snapped it back in. Fedorov there to steal it back in behind the net or cut it off. This is Ryan Hanrahan here for the Spirit. Blows a tire back behind the goal. Makes a backhanded pass up for Levi Harper. Back onto the far boards. Hanrahan off the boards. Looking for Harper. Can't find him. Barabanov lifts a stick. Trying to get away from Caleb Deitch. Now it's Harper in the corner again. Back up the wall. Spun in front. Kluche reeled in with one hand by James Go at the right point. Tries to throw it through traffic. It's knocked down by Nick Sema. Backhanded up to center ice. Sema puts it between the legs of James Go. It's shouldered there by Levi Harper. Back at center ice. Kluche. Cross ice pass. Picked up by Harper. Spun back in by Brody Popoy. 1:15 left in this first period. Caleb Deitch is in behind the Ottawa goal to move this puck for Cohen Eshkok again. Waits patiently for Sean Kingwell and others to hop back onto the ice here. 267's waiting at the Saginaw blue line right now. They finally move this puck back in. Vandenberg, long shoot in. Brock Chitteroni, the first man to it, back behind the Saginaw net. Played up the boards by Sean Kingwell. Held at the right point. Cohen Eshkok again back off the boards. This one hit by Chitteroni. Kingwell spun around by Saginaw's Valeris. He's down below the goal line. Puts it up the near corner boards. Swung across, deflected there by Brody Popoy, trying to get it back out to center ice. Not cleanly, though. And this one, back at the Saginaw blue line again, back and forth. Brody Popoy throws a hit. This is Eshkok again to turn things back in. Left wing circle. Backhanded shot goes off the skate of Xander Valeris. Picked up by Thomas Vandenberg. Back below the Spirit net. 20 seconds here in the period. Xander Valeris can't pull this puck away. Here's a chance. Chitteroni, bottom of the circle. Can't get a shot off either. His pass goes up high and out to center. There will be one more chance here in this first period as Connor Buick throws it back in behind Stepan Shurigan. Not even that one final chance. As the Spirit will see this first period to a close. Dima Zhilkin picks up a stretch pass, and he's got a little bit more after the fact. Connor Buick came over. Sam McHugh follows up with Zhilkin. He's going to give him a little left glove. Igor Barabanov tied up with Connor Buick now. Morelli and Josh Glavin. And the officials will tell everybody on the benches to just hold up here until this scrum is calmed down. McHugh and Zhilkin untied from one another. Well, maybe not quite. McHugh's still going after Zhilkin. They're not quite letting anyone go. The linesman's come over to help out his other linesman and the referee. Now they're going to say, everybody get off the ice. Let's go. It's time. We'll see what kind of penalties that brings up. Sam McHugh for Ottawa, Dimas Jilkin for Saginaw. There will likely be something out of this. McHugh's left Jilkin's stick on top of the net now. Back to the dressing room, everybody goes. We'll send you to a break. 1-0 Ottawa here from TD Place on a goal by Nick Whitehead. That's the only entry onto the scorebook. Saginaw killed off 3 penalties in that period. They're outshot by Ottawa 10-7. We'll take a break. First intermission report is coming up in a moment here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Your active life depends on healthy muscles, bones, and joints. When pain arises, My Michigan Health is your go-to place. Our comprehensive musculoskeletal team offers the latest in surgical and non-surgical treatments and includes experts in specialized orthopedics and sports medicine. Whether your pain originates from your knee, hip, hand, elbow, shoulder, ankle, or foot, our experts can help. With more than 50 providers across 21 locations in central and northern Michigan, we're dedicated to keeping you active. Learn more at mymichigan.org/MSK.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
You really do get it all at Garber Chevrolet in Linwood. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience that will keep you coming back. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see us. Get a better overall experience and lease for less in Linwood. Garber Chevrolet Linwood, M13, north of Bay City. Online, garberlinwood.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net. That's srrn.net to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit!
It's time for your intermission report, brought to you by Raymond.
20 minutes in the books between the Saginaw Spirit and the Ottawa 67's. One last challenge for Saginaw on their road trip here through the Eastern Conference, and they find themselves down 1-0 at the end of 20 minutes. Some great opportunities by Ottawa in that period. Stepan Shurigan back in action for the second time this weekend, and he was Saginaw's standout player of that first period. Shots 10-7 after that first frame, and Shurigan tested early in that game. A breakaway opportunity from Spencer Bowis not long into the hockey game would be really the first scoring opportunity that the Spirit netminder saw. However, a turnover. Here come the 67's back the other way. Bowis on a breakaway, shoots, and a blocker stopped by the Spirit netminder. Shurigan 87 saves in his last 87 saves on his last 89 shots coming into tonight's game. And the 67's, again, they take advantage of that breakaway. They would do the same thing later on in that first period, although the only difference would be that Shurigan unable to stop Nick Whitehead on the one-on-one. Now a stick in the way. That'll be a steal for Whitehead. He picks the pocket of Valeris and scores. Nick Whitehead knocks that puck away from Xander Valeris, goes in one-on-one with the goaltender Shurigan, and he slides that puck right between the 5-hole of the Spirit netminder to give the 67's a 1-0 lead. Nick Whitehead's goal puts things into motion for Ottawa. That would be his 17th goal of the season. And the Spirit would begin to run into a little bit of penalty trouble. Brody Popoy for tripping, Braden Jones for kneeing. Igor Barabanov picks up a tripping penalty as well. Now the Spirit do kill off each of those 3 Ottawa power plays, and they needed some help from their goaltender then as well. Over for Nick Whitehead, back up. This is led into the zone by Kuda. He's got it down the right side. The finish forward shot. Good pad save made by the Russian goaltender Shurigan with the pad. Shots on goal after 20 minutes of play. Your first intermission stats brought to you by Raymond. Power your purpose. 10-7. Ottawa out shooting the Spirit after 20 minutes. 67's 0 for 3 in the power play. Saginaw 0 for 1 on their lone man advantage on that Teddy Spitznagel charging penalty. Saginaw 8-5 in the face-off department. But the number that counts, 1-0 in favor of the Ottawa 67's on that Nick Whitehead goal. And for the Spirit, you take a look at the things they've endured on this weekend. Running into some penalty trouble on Thursday night against the Peterborough Petes, able to weather that storm. They needed help from their goaltender. If they were able to have a different performance, maybe things could have been a little bit different in Kingston 2 nights ago, but they were very much behind the 8 ball by this point in the hockey game. Again, going into the first intermission on Thursday night, Saginaw was down 3-0, even though they were out shooting the Frontenacs 13-9. So you're down 1-0 to a really good hockey team, but on the Spirit side of things, they've manufactured a couple of good opportunities. This is a Ottawa squad that plays pretty darn heavily. We've seen that on the hit earlier in that period from Tenny Spitznagel. That was eventually called a penalty. David Bedkowski has been lauded for his physicality, his defensive play, but again, the ability to throw the body around since the 67's brought him over from the Oshawa Generals in a hit earlier, or in a trade earlier this season. So there's going to be a lot for Saginaw to kind of keep track of and really weather the storm here. Again, it's the end of a long weekend for them, and for a Spirit team that's looking to develop kind of that resilience as this crop of 16 and 17-year-olds kind of gets their skates under them here in the Ontario Hockey League. You got to find a way to push through weekends like this and bring your same level of skill and competence to the last game of the weekend that you would the first. So 1-0, they find themselves down to one of the better teams in the OHL. Really not the worst place to be in, considering the circumstances around and the fact that they're on the road. So we'll see exactly what they can bring up. You expect to see a little bit more from the Dima Zhilkin, Nikita Klepov, and Igor Barabanov line on the Saginaw side of things. Really good shifts were put forward by the third line of Stuart Hanrahan and Jensen Geldard at center. We saw a little bit of Igor Barabanov with those guys as well. So there's some potential here. I mean, we've talked about it in games past. Ryan Hanrahan, the more he gets back in from his return to injury, again, he picked up an assist 2 nights ago against Kingston, first point back in the lineup. He's looking more and more like a first-round pick, and you would expect here to this tail end of his rookie season. So Hanrahan right now, 5 points, 6 points on the year coming into tonight's game, or this afternoon's game, I should say, really showcasing the wheels here. We expect to see more of that coming up in the second period. We'll take a break. When we come back, this is a homecoming of sorts for Jacob Kluche, Ottawa native. We got to catch up with Kluche prior to practice earlier this week, talk about where things were going for him at the time, and how it's good to see friends and family here. Jacob Kluche coming up after the break here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
So we're finally ready to plan for retirement, but who do we trust?
Our friends at TriStar Trust. They've been here for 25 years right here in our community, and they'll be here for the next 25.
That's the kind of team I want in my corner.
TriStar Trust helps you plan your retirement, manage your investments, and build the future you've been dreaming of. Because when it comes to your goals, it's your time to shine. Visit TriStarTrust.com.
When you go Great Lakes Bay in Michigan, lose yourself in nature and find yourself at peace. Soak up the stillness of winter on glistening trails, or glide along an outdoor ice rink. Take charming carriage rides through snowy streets. Embrace the magic of the season and warm up with comfort food and handcrafted beverages. There are moments of pure greatness all around if we linger long enough to soak them in. Find yours at GoGreat.com.
Prost Wine Bar and Charcuterie now has 2 buzzing locations to enjoy. Visit us in downtown Frankenmuth or in uptown Bay City. We offer a full bar, menu, and memorable atmosphere. Walk-ins are always welcome, and Bay City is now accepting reservations online at ProstWineBar.com. Open 7 days a week. Make Prost Wine Bar in Frankenmuth or uptown Bay City your destination for great wine and even better times.
Are you looking to make a sweet change in your career? Plant your career with Michigan Sugar Company. Michigan Sugar Company is now hiring STEM, skilled trades, maintenance, and general labor roles at their Bay City, Caro, Croswell, and Seaboing factories. Visit michigansugar.com/careers for a full list of available roles and to start your application today. Michigan Sugar Company, making life sweeter since 1906.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
First intermission here between the Saginaw Spirit and the Ottawa 67's from TD Place. A 1-0 lead for Ottawa on a goal from Nick Whitehead. Jacob Kluche for the Saginaw Spirit 32 points in 42 contests coming into tonight's game. Just had a 7-game scoring streak snapped the other night against the Kingston Frontenacs, but he, alongside Carson Harmer and Brody Papoy, have put up really, they've become a very reliable source of second-line scoring here for the Spirit. Caught up with Kluche prior to practice earlier this week before the team left Saginaw Bay Ice Arena.
All right, Jacob. So busy weekend you guys are coming off of. Kept things tight against the Kitchener Rangers, 6-1 win over the Erie Otters. We'll start from a team standpoint first. Just where's the confidence level at right now? How are you guys feeling after a pretty demonstrative win in Erie?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Western's pretty sick this year, so it's definitely a good competition. But yeah, the boys feel good. We're developing every day and just getting better. We're focused on ourselves. Obviously, we're chasing the 6th spot right now, and we're just trying to develop for next year and maybe make a little run this year, but definitely next year.
And you guys are kind of 1 point out right now from that 6th spot. And just how good does it feel to see kind of that progress? The points are coming a little bit easier now after the Christmas break.
Yeah, it feels good. You see a lot of young guys get their confidence. A lot of new guys like Hannaran coming back and Geldart and Peps too. Like those guys are starting to prove themselves legitimate players, and it's cool to see. And the boys feel good in the room. We believe we can take that 6th seed. We just need 1 point, and we think we can handle playing whoever we're going to play in the playoffs.
Those younger guys you mentioned, they're kind of hitting a stride right now. Do you remember, was it kind of similar for yourself around December, January during your rookie season? Like, what is it that changes kind of mentally? Do you get a certain level of comfort in your rookie season?
Yeah, you start off pretty nervous. Obviously, you're not really used to the league. You have no experience. But once that trade deadline hits, just like last year, we saw a couple of guys get traded like Bishop, Willis, and Hayes. A lot of spots opened up, and I think me and Harmer did a good job of handling how we're going to take over that ice. And I think the guys are doing the same thing this year, and they're doing a good job of it.
6-game point streak for yourself. Carson Harmer's had some similar success in the same time frame. You guys always seem to be kind of on the same wavelength. What is it about the way you guys are playing right now that's working so well?
Yeah, I don't know. I always go back to it. I think we just have a hard-working line. Me, Pepper, and Harms, I think we just work hard, and we all respect each other. And the way we play, we have no selfishness on our line. We move it well, and we work hard. So.
Then a return to Ottawa this weekend for you guys. A long road trip, but it ends in Ottawa. How excited are you to get that chance to play close to home in front of family and friends?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You only go there once a year, right? So it's when I get the chance to, I definitely take advantage. I have a couple family members coming, a couple buddies, so it'll be fun to play in front of them. My grandparents haven't seen me play in person since last year in Ottawa, so it'll be pretty cool. I'm excited.
Jacob, appreciate the time. Thank you.
Jacob Kluche, prior to the team's departure for this road trip. 1 shot on goal so far in this hockey game, taking a couple of draws as well, 1 for 2 on the face-off circle. His center, typical center, Carson Harmer, leading the team right now, winning 4 of 5 face-offs in that first period. It's 1-0. Ottawa's got the lead over the Saginaw Spirit. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll close out the first intermission with your out-of-town scoreboard. It's brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, and it's coming up in a moment here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Mike Miner to create your personal price plan today.
Disability Network Mid-Michigan promotes and encourages independence for all people with disabilities. Our vision is to create accessible and inclusive communities where everyone has opportunities to live the life they choose. Whether you're looking for a job, skills to become self-sufficient, trying to find the right assistive technology, or know someone who wants to move out of a nursing facility, we are here for you. Contact Disability Network Mid-Michigan today, the disability experts in your community.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Saginaw Spirit. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
Henry the Hockey Dog loves food and he loves people, which is why Rescue Ministries is partnering with Henry to provide 5,000 meals to our homeless neighbors. It costs $3 to provide a warm meal at the mission, and Henry is asking for your help. Right, Henry? Text Henry 2025 to 50155 to make a donation. Caravan Facilities Management also cares and is willing to match your donation right now. Help Henry provide a meal and consider donating today.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
Back inside TD Place as we conclude our first intermission here. The Saginaw Spirit trailing the Ottawa 67's 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. Look at the out-of-town scoreboard on this snowy and cold Sunday afternoon. We hope everybody's staying as safe and as warm as possible. A 2-1 lead for the Brantford Bulldogs right now. They host the Barrie Colts. 8-1. London is up on the Peterborough Petes. Brendan Faulkner, the lone Petes goal. 3-2. Niagara up on the Brampton Steelheads on home ice. They're into the third period right now. And the Sioux Greyhounds 3-1 on North Bay. Noah Louse, Chase Reed, and Quinn McKenzie, who has retained the number 42. That would have been taken by Jacob Cloutier's brother, Justin, who has made his return to the Sioux. Justin's going to wear 22. Quinn's going to hang on to 24. And Quinn McKenzie is got the Sioux Greyhounds up 3-1 right now. Your out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Sudbury and Rouyn-Noranda have not started yet. And, of course, the Oshawa-Kingston game has been postponed. Your out-of-town scoreboard. And now for the second period, 1-0. Ottawa's got the lead on the Spirit. We take one more break. Puck drop for the second. Coming up in a moment here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Mid-Michigan K9 Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan K9 Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
Looking for an easier way to travel? Fly from MBS International Airport, conveniently located in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region. No long lines, simple to get around, and for the best deals, always book directly at mbsairport.org, with Delta and United providing access to wherever you want to fly. MBS is putting the world right outside your door. MBS International Airport. Save time and money and fly from nearby. Visit mbsairport.org.
Your active life depends on healthy muscles, bones, and joints. When pain arises, My Michigan Health is your go-to place. Our comprehensive musculoskeletal team offers the latest in surgical and non-surgical treatments and includes experts in specialized orthopedics and sports medicine. Whether your pain originates from your knee, hip, hand, elbow, shoulder, ankle, or foot, our experts can help. With more than 50 providers across 21 locations in central and northern Michigan, we're dedicated to keeping you active. Learn more at mymichigan.org/MSK.
At Garber Chevy Chesaning, better means you get it all. Better prices, better selection, and better service. Our factory-trained technicians keep your vehicle in top condition. We have everything your vehicle needs, even tires. Come see us at Garber Chevy Chesaning and see how you can get it all. At the corner of M52 and M57, online at garberchesaning.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Start of the second period here from TD Place. A 1-0 lead for the Ottawa 67's over the Saginaw Spirit. Carson Harmer wins this face-off to start period 2. Back to Levi Harper, and the Spirit put it into the offensive zone. On an icing call, that'll move things all the way back down to our right. To step on Shurigan's area. Same group stays on for the Spirit. Levi Harper with an assist 2 nights ago in Kingston. gives him 37 points on the season and ties Zane Perek for the most points in a single year by a rookie Spirit defenseman. Harper doing that in 45 games. Zane Perek 50 games in his rookie year. And again, the 8-month difference in age. Harper a late birth year. Zane Perek was a February-born player. So there's a little bit of an advantage there for Harper. But the skill, very obvious as this is back in the neutral zone. The Spirit got it out. 67's bring it back in. Whitehead hits the late man. Thrown back into the corner looking for Cooper Foster. He's knocked to the corner boards by James Go. Brody Papoy takes the shoulder there from Whitehead. Levi Harper knocked into by Sam McHugh. The Spirit getting out to center looking for Carson Harmer. Jacob Cloutier, whom we heard from during the first intermission. This one spun back up. James Go now to Brody Papoy over the offensive blue line. Hits Cloutier, takes the shot. A save made by Ryder Fedorov. 44 seconds gone in this second period. Cloutier, a little bit of a dust-up here with some of the Ottawa players in front. There were no penalties given to Jacob Cloutier or Tenny Spitznagel or Sam McHugh after that end of the first period dust-up. So Zhilkin's line is going to start out here with Barabanov and Klepov, one of the top lines in the Ontario Hockey League. As the 67's will take this back. Maxima, after the defensive zone face-off, flips this back to the Spirit blue line. Blake Barnes up the near side wall looking for Barabanov. Try to turn that towards the middle. Now it's Dima Zhilkin. Backhanded pass. Can't be handled by Graydon Jones, so Klepov pursues it. Back down into the right wing corner, back behind the Ottawa goal. Connor Buick pressured by Klepov. Puck up the far boards. Kravchuk looking to stretch a pass up for Sema. He was handcuffed by Barabanov. Puck back in behind the Spirit net now. Barnes close off Bowis. And now Buick will send this one to the left point. Morelli, a shot that ricochets wide past Shurigan. Nick Sema back behind the net. Jasper Kuda turns around away from Jones. Kuda back up to the point. Now this is Buick. A shot into traffic. Gets deflected. Off the leg of Morelli. Now to the near corner. 67th keep it alive. Sema to Morelli. Handcuffed there by Klepov and a penalty coming. Delayed call. Fedorov goes to the bench. Sema snaps this down to the goal line. Jasper Kuda in behind the Spirit net. Throws a puck in front. Jam play for it. And a save by Shurigan and a whistle. Bowis gets an extra shove on Graydon Jones. And the penalty to Nikita Klepov. And send the Spirit to another Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill. 18-12 left in this second period. It'll be a hooking call for Saginaw's Klepov. That's 4 straight minor penalties here for the Spirit. They've killed off the 3 before, but tempting fate as things progress. That stick just wrapped around the midsection of the Ottawa player for Klepov. Carson Harmer will take the draw. And 4 out of 5 in the first period. Been Saginaw's best faceoff man in the absence of Sebastian Gervais. Cohen Eshkog takes a shot and scores right off the faceoff. Eshkog into the right wing circle, goes up past the blocker, a step on Shurigan. 2-0, 67's on the power play. Took only 8 seconds of power play time. And Cohen Eshkog, the defenseman with his 5th goal of the season. On the man advantage past the blocker of Shurigan. He has been a very key piece of this Ottawa power play. Eshkog has been 15 assists on the power play this year. That led his team. That was his first power play goal of the year. Eshkog makes it 2-0 Ottawa. 2 minutes here into this second period. On the far side wall, the puck spills back out to neutral territory. Jensen Geldart's line is on here after the power play goal against for the Spirit. Hanrahan tries to move this puck free. Ottawa fires it back in behind the net of Shurigan. He's there to knock it down. Drop things off. And Levi Harper. Bedkowski intercepts at center for Ottawa. Throws this one over where it's taken by Thomas Vandenberg. Back in the Ottawa zone. Up the far side for Philip Ekberg. Off the skate, Vandenberg kicks it ahead. He's going to chase things down, stumble into the offensive zone. Bit of a fortunate break there for Saginaw. He had a lot of steam going in the right wing circle. He's tied up with Harper now. This puck gets up past Kingwell. Saginaw's Hanrahan can't turn that towards the middle of the ice. Caleb Deitch now on the left point. Doubles back to the Saginaw blue line. Throws this one near side. Ekberg tries to settle it down. Good save there by Shurigan from 25 feet. That one goes off the cuff of his glove and back out to center ice. James Go got to that. Sean Kingwell now, left side. Here's Ekberg. On the boards, watched by Harper. Bodie Stewart pursues Nick Whitehead around the horn. It goes. Bedkowski over to Dietz. Point shot blocked there by Jensen Geldart. Off the end boards back behind Shurigan. Now the puck is picked up by Bodie Stewart and moved to James Go. Pass right up the middle. Levi Harper tosses this one back in. A bouncing pass. No icing as Jensen Geldart gets in. Harper gives him some space. Geldart looks to keep things alive. Harper's on it. Move there to Dimas Yilkin. Fires that one off the boards. Turn back around. Caleb Dietz pursued by Jensen Geldart. Run off the puck. Now it's Brock Chitteroni back in behind the Ottawa goal. It goes. Nearly 4 minutes gone here in the second period. 2-0. The puck is held alive at the offensive line by Roscoe. Now to Graydon Jones. Cuts just inside the blue line. Moves back to the far side. Moves there for Klepov. Opens the skates. Keeps it alive. Takes the shot that gets snapped off a body. Bouncing puck right in front. A couple of bodies go down, and Nikita Klepov has to chase this puck back behind the Ottawa goal. Drew Roscoe at the left point. Spins around off the boards. 267's to him. They pick his pocket. Brock Chitteroni. 2-on-0. Bedkowski coming. Falling. They put it off the goal post. Great back and forth. Bedkowski and Spitznagel, and it goes off the iron. Dimas Yilkin now. Chance the other way for the Spirit with numbers. Yilkin drops it off. Barabanov right between the dots. Can't get a shot away. Good defensive stick by Connor Buick. And a reverse hit there. Sends Buick down from Yilkin. Stays on this puck. Yilkin back in behind the Ottawa net. Back up the boards it goes. Barabanov. Up high. Roscoe to his defensive partner, Graydon Jones. Shot into traffic. Deflects. Up out of play. 15-20 left in the second period. Yilkin's got some words from one of the 67's. Not a fan of that reverse hit on his teammate Connor Buick. Back to the bench and a line change here. Some good opportunities really on both sides and a lucky break for the Spirit. Bedkowski up ice on the 2-on-0 with Teddy Spitznagel. Spitznagel falls, gets down to his knees. He's able to keep his shoulders upright and make the pass back to Bedkowski. The pendulum swung very far one way, thinking, okay, a 2-on-0, probably going to be a good chance for an Ottawa goal. Spitznagel falls, and you think, okay, maybe the Spirit get out of this one, but he is able to hang on to the puck and make the pass back to Bedkowski. But a goal post, Spirit fans can take a sigh of relief, at least for the moment. Offensive zone faceoff for Saginaw is pulled out of the pile by Brody Popoy. 15-11 here in the second period, 2-0 Ottawa. James Go just inside the blue line. Throws this one now for Jacob Klutje. It'll bounce around in his skates a little bit, but he settles and sends it down for Brody Popoy. He's behind the net now. Popoy trying to walk out. Poked off his stick. Popoy gets it back off the boards. Turned it over. That one right onto the tape of Nick Whitehead. And Ottawa will clear. A rolling puck that'll be caught up to by Klutje and whistled down in the category of icing. Popoy, Harmer, and Klutje's line will stay out anyway here. Saginaw going with, you guessed it, 11 forwards and 7 defensemen, trying to develop the young guys on the back end. Blake Barnes, Drew Roscoe getting some reps. Levi Harper's been a mainstay in the Spirit blue line for pretty much the entire season so far. But a lot of young players on this team that need ice time. This puck back out at center. It will be stolen here. Ottawa back in. McHugh hits the late man. The trailer in front. Great save. Oh, Shurigan. Thought he had him dead to rights. He robs Whitehead. Back the other direction it comes. Now Popoy into the offensive end. Klutje delays and snaps a shot that gets blocked. Andre Rummel throws this one up. It goes off another Spirit stick. Could have been a breakaway there for Cooper Foster. Wouldn't settle down for him. Foster plays it there for McHugh. Taken away by Carson Harmer. Harmer looking towards the middle. Tries to put that puck into an area for Brody Popoy. Intercepted by Morelli. Now again, another breakaway. Here's Kuda the shot and a glove save by Shurigan. Gets an extra poke afterwards from Spencer Bowers. Shurigan was not a fan of that. He gave him a little bit of a look after the fact. 14:07 here in the second period. It stays a 2-0 game. Breakaway after breakaway here for Stepan Shurigan. He's able to make the stop there. Fantastic opportunity. On the odd man break, McHugh to Foster, and then on the near goal post. Should have been an easy tap in for Nick Whitehead, but the leg of Stepan Shurigan comes over to Robin, and then he makes the breakaway stop. Shots on goal brought to you by Frankenmuth Insurance and Saginaw Bay Underwriters. 14-8 in favor of Ottawa. They lead it 2-0. Here they come again. Morelli right into the slot. He scores on the backhand. They carved through the Saginaw defense. The puck rolled up, floated off Morelli's stick a little bit. The release fooled Shurigan. 14:01 to go here in period 2, and it's a 3-0 lead for the Ottawa 67's. Well, and for as many grade A saves as Stepan Shurigan's been making in this game, that release, it just fools him off the backhand. He doesn't get a hold of it cleanly. May have deflected off the stick of Xander Valeris, but that is a tumbling and turning puck. Frankie Morelli, his 5th goal of the season, gives the Ottawa 67's a 3-0 lead. They dump it back in behind the net of the Spirit goaltender Shurigan. Ryan Hanrahan takes a heavy shoulder from Sean Kingwell. So Blake Barnes puts it off the end wall back behind Shurigan. Moved up Drew Roscoe to the neutral zone. A bouncing puck that can't be settled down by Bodie Stewart. Back in behind the Ottawa net it goes. Up to the neutral zone. The clear. Blake Barnes to pick things up. Looking up ice. Bouncer. Tipped back in behind Caleb Deitch. And it's Ryder Fedorov out of his net to move that puck again to the defenseman. Brock Chitteroni. No, this will be brought up in the head. Vandenberg. Left wing. Floated again towards the Spirit net. And that goes wide on the other side. Sean Kingwell takes a hit. Moves the puck up high to David Bedkowski. Caleb Deitch now. Left point. Point shot there by Vandenberg. Kicked out by Shurigan. Caleb Deitch on the far boards. 67's rim it back around. David Bedkowski can't handle that puck as it was turning back up to neutral ice. That's where it'll go. And it'll be put back in behind Stepan Shurigan. 12:50 to go in this second period. 3-0 Ottawa. 67's regroup in their own end. Trying to make it 6 in a row. Long shot going to be snapped wide. A heavy rebound. Knocked towards the net. Poked aside by Stepan Shurigan. Frankie Morelli kept it alive, though, for Ottawa. This one fired back in behind the Spirit net by Connor Buick. Drew Roscoe gets cleaned out there on a hit from Jasper Kuda. Big-time collision. Barnes gets drilled there. Heavy hit from Nick Sema. Spirit get this puck back out. Frankie Morelli picks things up. Wraps it off the wall. Jasper Kuda in the neutral zone. Now Igor Barabanov to just turn that puck back in. Frankie Morelli back in behind the Ottawa goal. Hounded there by Dima Zhilkin. Zhilkin gets sent down heavily on a hit back in behind the Ottawa goal. Gets an extra couple of chops there from Connor Buick. Those two have had their battles in this game. They've got some words for each other coming back up ice. Puck, meanwhile, is picked up back behind the Spirit net by Graydon Jones. Jones pursues it up to center. Leads the charge in, drops it off at the line. Klepov slings it rink wide. Now this is Barabanov. Runs into 3 red sweaters. Puck kept alive by Zhilkin, though. Then down looking for James Go. The 67's will clear. Now Kuda's going to flip this one up. And another breakaway. Spencer Bowis in on Shurigan. Delays to the backhand and scores. .11:36 here in period 2, and it's 4-0 Ottawa. And it's just been odd man rush city here for the Spirit in this second period. Bowers picks up his 12th goal of the season. And the high flip out of the defensive zone. It's simple for Ottawa, but they've got the lead forward sniffing forward in the neutral zone. It lands perfectly for him. He's got all kinds of room, and for as good as Shurigan's been in this game, that's a nice move. Fake shot, turn to the backhand, flip it up over the skate of the goaltender, and it's 4-0 Ottawa. Spirit trying to lead the charge back in. Papoy. Puck taken away by Cohen Ishkov. Spirit turn it back now. Kluche on the pass from Carson Harmer back in behind the Ottawa net. Run off this puck by Cooper Foster. Brody Papoy back for Kluche. Taken into the boards again. Carson Harmer comes on to help out. Puck not moving. Comes out of the pile. Harmer looking to put it back up to the point. This goes out in between Josh Glavin and Xander Valeris. Turned up the boards too far for Brody Papoy. No icing, though, as Andre Rummel comes up with it in the Ottawa zone. Stolen here by Carson Harmer. Falling, sweeps it in front, looking there for Kluche. Blocked to the corner. Now Papoy off the boards. Lost the handle on it. This one's brought ahead. It's McHugh. Down the right wing he goes. McHugh taps the brakes, looking for a trailer. Finds it, but it was poked away by James Go, and he stumbles. He could have had a breakaway. Now it's picked up by Carson Harmer. Down the right side, Harmer drops it off. Kluche, right circle shot, goes high. Around it comes. Harmer fired back off the wall. Kluche there in the corner. Looking towards the middle. Jacob Kluche at the hash mark now as he makes his way up the boards. Pass cross ice was deflected by Nick Whitehead. Kluche recovers in the neutral zone. That puck's going to hop over the stick of Drew Roscoe. 67th get it off the wall. Kept alive, though, by Ryan Hanrahan. He stumbles as he makes his way to the corner boards. I have to ask about the ice conditions in this game. We've seen players on both sides taking some extra spills here on this Sunday afternoon. Halfway through this game, 9:50 left in the second period. 4-0 Ottawa as the 67s flip it back to the Spear blue line. Ryan Hanrahan bumps it off the wall. Caleb Dietz, the Ottawa defenseman, is there. Puts it off the glass. 67s have it at the Spear blue line near side. Here's cross-check looking backdoor. That one handcuffed and rejected by Drew Roscoe. Ryan Hanrahan, the slip to the middle. Spear back at neutral ice. Jensen Geldart has run off this puck and turned around. Now the puck taken here by Bodie Stewart. Gets knocked into the near boards by Kravchuk. Cross-ice pass, chased after. Blake Barnes fires a shot towards the net. Gets saved by Ryder Fedorov. And he scoops it up without any rebound. 9:21 left in the second period. 4-0. 67s have the lead on the Spirit. We're back to Ottawa in a moment. Here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber Buick is America's oldest Buick dealership. Our factory-trained service technicians deliver precision care to keep your vehicle performing at its best. We also have an award-winning body shop. We even sell parts and tires. You truly get it all at Garber Buick. Better service, better selection, and better prices. Garber Buick, State Street in Saginaw. Online, garberbuick.com. Buick, exceptional by design.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
9:21 left in the second period here from TD Place. 4-0. The Ottawa 67s have the lead on the Saginaw Spirit. Nick Whitehead, Cohen Ishkok Frankie Morelli, and Spencer Bowes have the goals here. And Saginaw trying to turn the tide, settle things down a little bit. They've got an offensive zone face-off. They're outshot 7-2 here in the second period. And this again comes off the heels of an 8-2 loss on Friday night against the Kingston Frontenacs. Dima Zhilkin high in the offensive zone after the face-off, lost it. Spirit trying that cross-ice pass high in the zone. It's been read by the 67s more often than not, especially here in the second period, and that's been the cause of many of the breakaways here in period two. Barabanov cross-ice pass pulled off the boards and stolen by Sema, trying to backhand it to the net. Nick Sema up to the right point. Bedkowski swung over left circle. That can't be handled there by Jasper Kuda. He goes down on the far wall. Puck is taken by Zhilkin, knocked off some skates. Sema trying to stick lift there on Blake Barnes. 67's still in the offensive end. Kuda finally taken away by Klepov. Zhilkin at center ice. Now for Nikita Klepov in the left circle. Fires a shot. Ryder Fedorov blockers that to the corner. David Bedkowski on it for the 67s. 8:27 left in period two. Ottawa fires this down into the Spirit end. Off the glove of Josh Glavin. Step on Shurigan out the plate. 67 steal. Seaman to the middle. Here's a chance. Kuda the shot. That one sent up and over the glove there of Shurigan. Nikita Klepov back through center ice. Snaps it near side. This is Dima Zhilkin. Into the offensive zone. Klepov gets wrapped up and tied with Frankie Morelli in the corner. Saginaw trying to get a line change here. The 67s will bounce this puck towards the middle of the ice. Morelli down the left wing into the circle. Drops it off. Late man coming. Brody Papoy is able to bump that to the far boards. Now it's stolen again by Morelli. One goal already in this game. That one rejected back to the boards, though. It's now Josh Glavin's in a lockup with Kravchuk. Now the puck up to the right point. Buick. Center point Morelli. Ottawa's got the rotation going. A lot of bodies in front. They snap a shot. That goes off right in front of the net. Teddy Spitznagel. And back up high, Brock Chitteroni. Riding the curvature of the circle. Down into the right corner he goes. Then around the boards. Spitznagel backhands it up the wall to Morelli. Down into the corner again. Teddy Spitznagel. Up the near side wall. Taken into the boards by Papoy was Connor Buick. 2 against 2 now in the near side corner of the Spirit end. Approaching the 7-minute mark here in the second period. 4-0 Ottawa. This puck does escape back up to Brody Papoy. Down the right wing he goes. Cuts back, turns away. Papoy still on it. Taken into the wall by Kravchuk and moved the puck there for Carson Harmer. Backhands it around. Drew Roscoe rolls down from the left point to take it. Back in behind the Spirit net. Carson Harmer. Up the near side glass, 67's will steal and fire it back in. This is Drew Roscoe. Cross ice feed, James Go. Then for Hanrahan, off the wall. Too far ahead of Jensen Geldart. Not far enough for icing, though. Sean Kingwell is tied up here with Bodie Stewart. 67's back up through center. Andre Rummel into the offensive zone. Snaps that shot off the right skate of Saginaw's James Go. Ryan Hanrahan comes over, and he'll turn this puck back out to center ice. Cohen Ishkok again. We'll turn this up the far wall there for Thomas Vandenberg. He takes a hit. Bodie Stewart leveled that one. Ishkok again back in behind the net of Saginaw Shurigan. Little fumble with the puck. Stolen here by the 67s. They put it back into the right wing corner. Philip Ekberg there against Ryan Hanrahan. Drew Roscoe comes on to help out. Vandenberg will turn it up to the right point. Betkowski, quick pass cross ice. Caleb Dietz floats it back in there for Sean Kingwell. Drew Roscoe uses the frame to protect the puck against Ekberg. Gets it up the wall for Bodie Stewart. Inside 6 to go here in the second. Put off the wall again. And chased down by Jensen Geldart. Bouncing puck up the wall yet again. Geldart's got it in the offensive zone. Turned back underneath by Betkowski and then to the corner. Uri Rauja shouldered off that puck. 67's come away with it up the near side. Caleb Dietz stepped up on by Carson Harmer on the intercept. He's into the left wing circle, then doubles back just inside the blue line. Vandenberg will take it away. That ends that opportunity, but it's knocked down and stolen by Rauja again. This is Harmer now. Right wing circle. Puts it into the corner for Sawyer Schmidt. Couple of stick lifts. No more puck for him. This will be taken away and moved north by Sean Kingwell. Turning into the offensive zone. Good slip by Kingwell. Alone is Ekberg. Tries to skate around Shugan. A great right pad save by the Spirit netminder on a breakaway from the dots. 5 minutes left in the second. He keeps it 4-0. High danger chances all over the place here for Ottawa in the second period. They put it back in behind the net of Shurigan. Graydon Jones. Reverse hit there by McHugh. Up the boards. 67's keep it in. Buick back in and around. Foster up for Whitehead. Top of the offensive zone for the 67's. Blake Barnes comes over to help out the bodies on the wall. 3 against 3. Now it's taken here by McHugh. Tied up with Carson Harmer. Some stick lifts there. Harmer up off the glass. Glove down by Whitehead. He gets hit there by James Go. Back around it comes in behind the net of Shurigan. Jones tosses this puck back out to center. The gloved hand of Connor Buick is there. To pat it back ahead. Now this one picked up off some bodies. Whitehead in the right wing corner. Whitehead takes the shoulder there from Saginaw's Blake Barnes, and Carson Harmer again has to move this puck up the far wall while taking a hit. 4 minutes left. Second period. 4-0 Ottawa. Up the far wall it goes. Whitehead up to the left point. This is picked up. Moved towards the middle. Foster back and forth with Buick. Foster's shot tipped and stick to the corner by Shurigan. More battling in the corner. Blake Barnes tries to spin off a check. This is Whitehead. Gets it up. Morelli right in front. Foster the shot. Great save by Shurigan. Loose puck dug free. They score. Sam McHugh saw it sitting there. 3:41 left in the period. He makes it 5-0. Trade deadline acquisition by the Ottawa 67's. A little bit before the trade deadline, December 4th for McHugh. Great chance initially stopped by the goaltender, Stepan Shurigan. And everybody thought it was underneath him. Everybody except for Sam McHugh and the referee. And McHugh able to just pick things up. 3 assists in now 6 games coming into Ottawa. But that is his first as a 67. Sam McHugh's 11th of the season after coming over from the Brantford Bulldogs. 5-0. Back in behind the net of Shurigan. Spencer Bowes up for Cohen Ishkok again. Point shot redirects off of Nikita Klepov. Jasper Kuda snaps it back around. Cohen Ishkok again. Will reverse again. Jasper Kuda up the wall. Xander Valeris takes a check there from Spencer Bowes. All the way back out it goes. Picked up back in behind Ryder Fedorov's net. 3 minutes left in this second period. Ottawa looking to break the puck out again. Dimas Yilkin trying to steal in front. Can't force a turnover. Back for Dimas Yilkin, just inside the offensive blue line. Drops it off. This is Klepov out of the left circle. Back in behind the Ottawa goal. Saginaw's leading scorer looking to get something started here. Stolen away. Taken here by Bowes. Up the left side, watched by James go all alone in front of shot. They score. Cohen Ishkok got through the Spirit defense. There were tons of bodies in front. Somehow that one ends up on the tape of Ishkok and it's 6-0. Things are starting to fall apart here more and more with each passing moment for the Spirit. This one not quite the same odd man rush. It looked like Saginaw had the net front man covered. James Go was trying to cut off the pass. Xander Valeris and Nikita Klepov were the two men back. Second of the game for Cohen Ishkok. And it's 6-0. So the speed has been the biggest factor here for the 67's. They outshoot Saginaw 23-9 right now. Shows on the board, 6-0. Carson Harmer takes a hit from Kravchuk. Into the offensive zone now, Brody Popoy takes a long shot. Ryder Fedorov blockers it to the corner glass. Teddy Spitznagel up for Kravchuk. Back in behind, heavy bounce off the wall. Great save by Shurigan. Boy, he was headed back in behind the net to play it. And it took an unexpected bounce. Shurigan's got to about face, get back into the blue crease and make a pretty good stop. 2:03 left in the second period. It's 6-0 Ottawa. We're back in a moment. We're here to finish the second period on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Chris Barrios to create your personal price plan today.
Your region, your team. You're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
2:03 left in the second period here from TD Place. Cohen Ishkok got the goal. Gives the Ottawa 67's a 6-0 lead on Saginaw. Spencer Bowis has the only assist on it. Faceoff will come to the right of Stepan Shurigan. As it has been an afternoon to forget so far here for the Saginaw Spirit. 2 assists in the game for Ottawa's Cooper Foster to go with Ishkok's pair of goals. Goal and an assist for Spencer Bowis. Nick Whitehead got things started. Spirit win a D-zone face-off. The intercept, Brody Popoy will try to turn things into the offensive zone on Morelli. Popoy stops back, cuts up, and lost an edge just inside the blue line. But he will throw that back down for Jacob Cloutier to turn it back in behind the Ottawa goal. Carson Harmer just inside the line. That one tipped away by Brock Chitteroni and back to the Spirit blue line. Jacob Cloutier on things now here for Saginaw. Harmer, little stick check, deflected in by Valeris, right onto the goaltender's stick. Ryder Fedorov sweeps it there, and this one moved back and forth. Caleb Deitch back up. It's intercepted here by Harmer over the right wing boards. Harmer cross ice near side. This is Cloutier back up. The Brody Popoy shortens up on the stick, keeps it alive, fires it back up off the glass. Down to 1:14 left in this second period, and the puck back behind the Ottawa goal. And the 67's handle it. Caleb Deitch snaps it up the left side. Brock Chitteroni cut off by Barnes. Hanrahan goes off the wall. Picked up by Jensen Geldart. Nice move to the backhand. All alone, a shot. That one somehow kept out of the net. A brilliant move by Jensen Geldart as Fedorov just got a piece on that one. 67's clear the puck. Great opportunity for the Spirit rookie Jensen Geldart, showcasing the hands a little bit. Saginaw's 4th round pick in this year's priority selection. 3 goals on the year. Denied of a 4th here in a 6-0 hockey game. Puck off the boards. Ryan Hanrahan can't turn things north for the Spirit. Jones tapped in by Geldart. This is Frankie Morelli all the way back around to escape the stick of Blake Barnes. Go back in. Not for an icing as it goes off the outside of the cage. Maybe step on Shurigan as well. Here in the dying moments of the second period. Geldart for Stewart. Poked away. He's offside as he touches things up in front of Frankie Morelli. 9 seconds left in the second period. 6-0 67's. Shots on goal 23-12. It's a lopsided hockey game. And for the Spirit, It's getting to be similar to what we talked about going into the third period against the Kingston Frontenacs in Friday night's game. Just trying to make the most of the opportunities in the third period, turn as many positives as you can because they've been in short supply to this point in the game. Puck tossed back in by Nikita Klepov. Drew Ross goes after it in the offensive zone. That's it for the second period. No post-whistle activities at the end of this frame as there were to finish the first. 6-0, the Ottawa 67's lead Saginaw. Shots on goal 23-12 at the end of 40 minutes. 13-5 Ottawa in that period. We'll take a break. Second intermission report. We'll go back through the highlights. We'll take a look at some of the alumni report here for the Saginaw Spirit. Second intermission coming up after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Looking for the perfect place for your loved one to thrive? At Traditions of Saginaw, we offer comfort, care, and community. It's a senior living hat trick. Whether it's enjoying delicious, chef-prepared meals, personalized support, or fun events, Traditions of Saginaw feels like home. Schedule your tour today and see why families trust us for peace of mind and vibrant living. Learn more at traditionsofsaginaw.com or call to schedule a tour today. Traditions of Saginaw. Welcome home.
You really do get it all at Garber Midland. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see how you can get it all at Garber Midland at the corner of Saginaw and Eastman. See all our inventory online at garbermidland.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Independent Bank is proud to be the corporate sponsor of your Saginaw Spirit. We've been banking in Michigan for 160 years and have always put our customers and communities first. We pride ourselves on being a full-service bank, offering an exceptional banking experience for personal, small business, and commercial banking customers, helping them to achieve financial independence. Be a game changer. Be independent. Member FDIC.
It's time for your intermission report, brought to you by Raymond.
Welcome back to TD Place here. 6-0 after 40 minutes of play. The Ottawa 67's have the advantage over the Saginaw Spirit. It was 1-0 after 20. Things go off the rails. 5 goals against in the second period for the Spirit. After Nick Whitehead got the opening tally in the first period, Cohen Ishkokkigan on the power play. It would make it 2-0 for Ottawa, 1:55 into the second. Cohen Ishkokkigan takes a shot and scores right off the face-off. Ishkokkigan into the right wing circle, goes up past the blocker of Stepan Shurigan. 2-0, 67's on the power play. Two teams with trade opportunities as the second period evolves. Frankie Morelli picks up his 5th goal of the season to give Ottawa a 3-0 lead, and then the odd man rushes began to become more and more frequent. Jasper Kuda would set up Spencer Bowis for his 12th of the season at 8:24. 67's will clear. Now Kuda's going to flip this one up, and another breakaway. Spencer Bowis in on Shurigan, delays to the backhand and scores. Sam McHugh, a recent acquisition earlier, just before the deadline, from the Brantford Bulldogs. 3 assists in 6 games with the 67's. Well, now he's got his first goal as he would clean up the loose change in behind Stepan Shurigan to make it 5-0. Nick Barnes tries to spin off and check. This is Whitehead. Gets it up. Morelli right in front. Foster the shot. Great save by Shurigan. Loose puck dug free. They score. Sam McHugh saw it sitting there. 3:41 left in the period. He makes it 5-0. Another odd man rush coming back the other way would be the final marker of that period. Spencer Bowis, his second point of the night on a 3-0 lead. seemingly a chance that the Spirit backcheckers had covered, but Cohen Ishkokkigan does find himself on the doorstep, gets a touch on the puck, and it's 6-0. Here by Bowis. Up the left side, watched by James Go. All alone in front of shot. They score. Cohen Ishkokkigan got through the Spirit defense. There were tons of bodies in front somehow. That one ends up on the tape of Ishkokkigan. It's 6-0. Second intermission stats brought to you by Raymond. Power your purpose. 6-0. The Ottawa 67's. They outshot the Spirit 13-5 in that second frame. 23-12 in the entire game. 67's 1 for 4 on the power play. Saginaw unsuccessful on their only opportunity on the man advantage in that game. Came all the way back in the first period. Spirit had the 16-12 face-off advantage. Carson Harmer, one of the lone bright spots in this game for the Spirit. 11 for 14 from the face-off circle. Again, developing Harmer to be a true number one center in the Ontario Hockey League. The draws have been more and more effective as time has gone on. Igor Barabanov has been taking fewer face-offs as time goes on here for the Spirit. He's 3 of 6 in this hockey game. But again, it's all Ottawa here in this contest so far. It looks like a Spirit team that's spent a lot of time on the bus. And this is, again, a very talented Ottawa 67 team. A very deep hockey club that's probably going to make quite a bit of noise in the playoffs here as we are getting closer and closer to that time of the season. But for the Spirit, it's odd man breaks coming back the other direction. That's really been their undoing here in this second period. The 67's have identified if they can flip up a puck to the Saginaw blue line, they can get it up through the air. It'll be picked up perfectly, and more often than not, they find themselves with a 2-on-1 or a couple of breakaways. We've seen at least 4 breakaways here against Stepan Shurigan with mixed results. Some have been able, he's been able to stop others. Not quite the case. And for this third period here for the Spirit, again, it becomes a matter of just pull whatever positives you can from it. Win the third. They won the third period 2-0 against the Kingston Frontenacs on Friday. And again, it may seem a little strange to hear that or to say that at this time of the year. But again, this is a Spirit hockey team, 11 players that are either 2008 or 2009 born. So they are of the younger persuasion in the Ontario Hockey League for sure. They sit right now in seventh place in the Western Conference. So it's about development more than anything right now. So wouldn't be surprised to see maybe a little bit more of the younger guys in this third period than you might anticipate. So maybe we do see some more shifts from Sawyer Schmidt or from Uri Rauja in this third period. Jensen Geldart and Ryan Hanrahan have played really well in this game together. You heard that Geldart opportunity, or there was that Geldart opportunity early on towards the tail end of that second period. Geldart coming into his own here a little bit more with Ryan Hanrahan on his left wing. So we'll see if the young guys can make any noise. And for Stepan Shurigan, back-to-back fantastic performances. Only 2 goals against him his previous 41 and 48 shot nights. Things going a little bit differently here tonight. And again, out of the 6 goals, how many of them have been really ones that he hadn't had a ton of opportunities on? So one to kind of rinse and forget and just figure out the final 20 minutes if you can here for Stepan Shurigan. 6-0. Ottawa's got the lead on the Saginaw Spirit. Shots 23-12 after 40. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at your alumni report. What former Spirit players are doing and where they're doing it in the wonderful world of hockey. Coming up in a moment here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net. That's srrn.net to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit.
At Dow, we believe performance starts long before the whistle blows. It begins in the lab, where science meets sport. From apparel to playing surfaces to gear, we create cutting-edge materials that help drive high performance from lab to stadium. Because in sports, just like in science, every second counts. and every material matters. Dow, at the intersection of sport and science. Learn more at dow.com/sports.
Enjoy the spirit of Frankenmuth and score big with your kids at the indoor water parks. The puck stops here in Funtown, where fan favorites include chicken and Christmas, but there's really so much more. Arcades, breweries, carriage rides, shopping, and pretzel rolling. Frankenmuth, where we leave the icing to the dessert. 800 Funtown. No matter how cold it is outside or in the hockey rink, there's loads of indoor fun waiting just down the road in Frankenmuth.
Now, a WSGW Morning Team memorable moment.
The headline, it intrigued me. Betty White Eaton. This is from Australia. A 58-year-old man pleaded guilty this week to kidnapping a chicken named Betty White and then fed her to an alligator at a wildlife park in Australia.
Every word of that sentence was a twist.
That's a foul story.
Well, the man's been charged with aggravated animal cruelty. His defense lawyer says he just wanted to feed the alligator. The judge said no.
No.
This was at the Oakvale Wildlife Park, where apparently Betty White was part of a special program for threatened species.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Ah, guess what? She was.
The Morning Team, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW. This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
TD Place here, second intermission report as the Ottawa 67's have a 6-0 lead on the Saginaw Spirit. Take a look at some of the alumni around the world of Spirit hockey. Igor Chernyshov recently reassigned to the San Jose Barracuda after a fantastic stint with the San Jose Sharks of the National Hockey League. Chernyshov back with San Jose in the American League, 25 points in 26 games. He's having one heck of a year. His counterpart, Michael Misa, back in the lineup with the Sharks. His most recent game picked up in another assist against the New York Rangers on January 23rd. A couple of games removed from a multi-point night, 2 helpers against the Florida Panthers on January 19th. Misa up to 6 points in his first 13 games of his National Hockey League career. Zane Parekh is back with the Calgary Wranglers, of course, of the American Hockey League on a conditioning stint. Hunter Haight scored the first goal on the coldest outdoor professional hockey game. Haight and the Iowa Wild picked up the record against the Milwaukee Admirals of the American Hockey League. Haight scored the first goal of the game outdoors in Hastings, Minnesota. They would take the 3-2 overtime victory. Haight among the tops of rookie scorers in the American League, and again, being named to the All-Star game as well. So congratulations there to Hunter Haight. And going a little bit further back in Spirit alumni, it is Owen Tippett with the hat trick a couple of nights ago against the Colorado Avalanche. We'll take a quick break. That's your alumni report. When we come back, quick look around the OHL, your out-of-town scores, and then we'll get back for the third period here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Avatar Fire Ash. 2 more to go. Here's question 9.
Disability Network Mid-Michigan promotes and encourages independence for all people with disabilities. Our vision is to create accessible and inclusive communities where everyone has opportunities to live the life they choose. Whether you're looking for a job, skills to become self-sufficient, trying to find the right assistive technology, or know someone who wants to move out of a nursing facility, we are here for you. Contact Disability Network Mid-Michigan today, the disability experts in your community.
Hi, this is James Go, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
Second intermission here between the Saginaw Spirit and the Ottawa 67's. Ottawa leading the Spirit 6-0. A quick look around the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Brantford looking to add to their point total and stay neck and neck with Ottawa. Both teams at 69 points on the season right now. Brantford up 7-1 on the Barrie Colts. So they're experiencing similar Sunday afternoons. London 10-0 in the third period against the Peterborough Petes. 4-3 Niagara against the Brampton Steelheads as they're into the final moments of that hockey game. 6-1 the Sioux Greyhounds over the North Bay Battalion. 1-1 Sudbury against Rouyn-Noranda of the QMJHL right now. And then the postponed Kingston and Oshawa game to be made up at some point. 6-0 here between the Ottawa 67's and the Saginaw Spirit. Your out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Back in a moment to start period 3 here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Looking for an easier way to travel? Fly from MBS International Airport, conveniently located in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region. No long lines, simple to get around, and for the best deals, always book directly at mbsairport.org, with Delta and United providing access to wherever you want to fly. MBS is putting the world right outside your door. MBS International Airport. Save time and money and fly from nearby. Visit mbsairport.org.
Henry the Hockey Dog loves food and he loves people, which is why Rescue Ministries is partnering with Henry to provide 5,000 meals to our homeless neighbors. It costs $3 to provide a warm meal at the mission, and Henry is asking for your help. Right, Henry? Text Henry 2025 to 50155 to make a donation. Caravan Facilities Management also cares and is willing to match your donation right now. Help Henry provide a meal and consider donating today.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Kathy Taffel to create your personal price plan today. You're looking for a better price on a better car, so dare to be different. Get to Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw, the only Hyundai dealer in the Great Lakes Bay region. See why Hyundai is so much better. Garber's certified factory-trained technicians, knowledgeable parts staff, and dedicated sales team will keep you coming back to Garber Hyundai. You really do get it all at Garber. Dare to be different. Choose better at Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw. Online, garberhyundai.com.
As a business, a roof over your head is just as important as the products you create. At Versatile Flat Roofing, our membrane roofs have provided safety and security to businesses in the Great Lakes Bay region for over 10 years. Our quality of production in low-sloped flat roofing systems made Versatile Flat Roofing the 2024 Michigan Elite Contractor of the Year. With more than 1,500 roofs installed and 75% of clients coming from repeats and referrals, customer satisfaction is at the heart of the job. For more information on keeping the roof over your head safe and secure, visit VersatileFlatRoofing.com today. That's VersatileFlatRoofing.com.
When you're ready for checking that earns interest and gives you perks, Merc Perks Plus from Mercantile Bank is here. With a competitive interest rate and perks like travel services, cashback rewards, and identity protection, Merc Perks Plus has everything you need for your busy lifestyle. Merc Perks Plus also offers discounts on consumer loans and access to almost 40,000 fee-free MoneyPass ATMs. So when you're ready for perks, Merc is here. Learn more at mercbank.com/mercperksplus. Member FDIC.
WSGW is keeping you connected with the Great Lakes Bay region and the world. Tune in to quality local shows. Mihinte on Air, United Shades of Gray, That's What She Said, Generating Gratitude, and Hey, Great Lakes Bay. Saturday mornings until 9 and Sunday afternoons at 4, or anytime on your favorite podcasting app. Great Lakes Bay Connections. Local voices, local stories, local people. This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Back inside TD Place as we get set to begin the third period here between the Saginaw Spirit and the Ottawa 67's. It's a 6-0 lead here for Ottawa. They outshot the Spirit 13-5 in the second, 23-12 in the game so far, and of course a 5-goal second period allowed by the Spirit. Stepan Shurigan remains between the pipes here for the third. No carryover penalties or power plays from the second. Harmer, Cloutier, Popoy start out for Saginaw. McHugh will flank Cooper Foster. Nick Whitehead on the right side. And Ottawa controls off the first faceoff here in the third period. Rummel will throw it back to Cohen-Ishkok. Again, 2 goals here in this hockey game for the defenseman. Carson Harmer takes a hit, moves the puck now to Brody Papoy out of the defensive zone. Jacob Cloutier, bouncing puck. He'll chase down Cohen-Ishkok again. Andre Rummel comes over to pull that puck away. Dump it off the end wall, back and behind the goaltender, Ryder Fedorov. He's got 12 saves in this hockey game right now. Picked up and then dropped off for Buick. Whitehead swings deep in the Ottawa zone. Buick steps up now to the Ottawa blue line. Gets to center red, snaps it back in off the glass in behind Stepan Shurigan. Puck fired back around the far boards. Nikita Klepov there to poke it. Igor Barabanov got tied up with the linesman trying to get around him. And he's going to hear that coming back up the ice. Drew Roscoe pokes it off the wall there looking for James Go. Saginaw back in the defensive end. A little more than a minute gone here in this third period. 6-0 as Dima Zhilkin's going to get taken heavily into the Saginaw bench area by Cooper Foster. Klepov, little shoulder there from Sam McHugh. As they go back to their benches, little chop from Klepov to McHugh. Now the puck back in the Ottawa zone. Dished across by Buick. Moved by Bedkowski. That one pumped back off the wall by Saginaw's Drew Roscoe. Now this is Caleb Deitch to pick things up back in the Ottawa zone. Hanrahan and Geldart both pressuring in deep. David Bedkowski. That'll be stolen here by Jensen Geldart. Bump to the middle. Here's the opportunity. Bodie Stewart fumbled at the last second, trying to turn it to the backhand around Caleb Deitch. Bowes up the right side. This will be backhanded in by Ottawa's Sema. Pretty decent sized patch on his chin right now. Sema apparently tied up with a number of players in their most recent game. Frankie Morelli, little friendly fire as his skate came up and tagged Sema right in the chin. Here's a chance as Blake Barnes takes it to the net. That one snapped wide on the glove side of Fedorov. All of a sudden, a breakaway for the Spirit defenseman on a quick developing play from the neutral zone. 17:42. It stays a 6-0 game here in the third. A little sliding play as Philip Ekberg takes out the skates of Josh Glavin. Cohen-Ishkok again. From behind the Ottawa goal. Turned over at center. Jacob Cloutier leads things in with speed. No more puck. He got hit by Ekberg. Carson Harmer fires that one off the shoulder of Thomas Vandenberg. In behind the Ottawa net. This will be picked up here by Andre Rummel. Stretch pass. Pulled in and possessed now by Sean Kingwell. Can't get over the zone with possession or over the offensive blue line with possession. So it's fired back in behind Stepan Shurigan. Josh Glavin takes a hit. Carson Harmer, rink wide, Valeris finds Jacob Cloutier at the Ottawa blue line. Cuts in, drops it off. Left wing, Papoy cutting to the middle. Here's a chance. Brody Papoy can't get around the netminder, Fedorov. Nice move to the backhand. And now this one turned back out to center ice. Carson Harmer rips that one off the far glass. Settled down by Cohen-Ishkok again. Brody Papoy runs a man off the puck. This will be picked up and backhanded in by Connor Buick. Behind the goal of Shurigan here. James Go. Cross-ice pass picked up at the offensive blue line by Brody Papoy. Not much in the way of options. So he lays it into space. Ryan Hanrahan down into the corner. This is Sawyer Schmidt. Again, probably going to see a lot more of the youngsters here in this third period. 16:20 left in it. Down 6-0. Uri Rauja off the far wall. Ryan Hanrahan gets drilled there and a heavy hit by Morelli. Hanrahan pops right back up, though. Uri Rauja with a hit for Teddy Spitznagel. Back in behind the Ottawa net. Morelli. James Go takes that puck away from Chitteroni. Hanrahan gets another hit there, that time from Kravchuk. Ulick back in behind the Ottawa net. Saginaw will sneak a line change here while the 67's regroup again. Kravchuk back in behind the net of Stepan Shurigan. Drew Roscoe hits his man. A centering feed. That one turned off the right pad of Shurigan. Really the first chance of this third period. The right pad saved by the Spirit netminder. Now this is Dima Zhilkin. Back up to neutral territory. In with a lot of speed. Drops it at the line. From skate to stick. Klepov lost it there. 67's right in his face. Caleb Dietz will fire this one cross ice too far ahead of Teddy Spitznagel. And onto the goal stick of Shurigan, who moves it promptly up for Barabanov. Then the pass. Klepov carries it into the offensive zone. Hits the trailer. Barnes the shot. And another save made by Ryder Fedorov. Igor Barabanov, a couple of pops back and forth with David Bedkowski. Offensive zone faceoff upcoming here, and the Jilkin line will stay out for Chris Lazary. One more on this road trip here for the Spirit. This is, of course, the final game of this leg of it, but a lot of time, 6 in a row, away from the Dow Event Center. They're in Sarnia on Friday, not home until Saturday, January the 31st. First Responders Night against the Barrie Colts. 7:05 puck drop against the Colts. And, of course, the First Responders game at 4 o'clock. Your ticket gets you into both. This will be cleared out and down, and a very strange bounce out of the corner. Back in the Spirit end. That puck defying physics for a moment, and nearly a backdoor tap in, able to be completed by Nick Whitehead. Instead, it was deflected off the defensive stick of Klepov. Braden Jones pushes this one up to Igor Barabanov, chopped away in the nice last-second poke from David Betkowski. That leads Ottawa back in. Hitting now Eshkok again. Bouncer, backhanded, right in front. Stopped at a great right pad save. It's underneath Shurigan somewhere. No whistle yet. Now he finally is able to locate it. 14:38 here in the third. Tough to see who had that chance. Looked like Nick Whitehead right on the near goalpost. All kinds of time and daylight right in front of Stepan Shurigan. He's been a man on an island at some points here in this game, and yeah, it was Nick Whitehead. Picks it up right on the edge of the goal crease, has enough time to curl it back, take it to the forehand, and try to flip it up over the stick of Shurigan, unable to do so. Offensive zone face-off for the 67's on the stick side of the Spirit netminder. One back to Rummel. Bouncer knocked down by Brody Popoy. Out to the Ottawa 67's logo at center ice and fired back in behind Stepan Shurigan. Out to play it. Can't be knocked down by Josh Glavin. Ottawa keeps it alive. Sema coughed it up, though. Now it'll be pulled back by Spencer Bowes. Sema held off by Xander Valeris. Josh Glavin into that corner as well. Takes a shoulder from Bowes. Back up it comes Cloutier, looking rink wide. Can't find Carson Harmer. Just inside the offensive blue line here. Back up the wall it comes. Nick Sema. Bowes out of the Ottawa zone. Cutting in. Stepped up on by James Go. Xander Valeris gets away from Jasper Kutta. And it goes down for an icing. 13:47 left, third period. It'll be a D-zone face-off here for Saginaw. They trail the Ottawa 67 6-0. Back in a moment here on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
In hockey, every play counts, and retirement's no different. At McIntosh and Associates, we're your financial line mates, helping you skate through the tough stuff. Taxes, healthcare, income planning, and more. You bring the goals. We'll help set up the assist. Schedule your visit at wealthmichigan.com or call 989-692-2200. Retirement made clear with a team that plays to win.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carleton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
13:47 left in the third period here from TD Place. A 6-0 lead for the Ottawa 67's in the final part of Saginaw's longest road trip here through the Eastern Conference. Offensive zone face-off taken here by Ottawa, but pulled away. A fumbled puck is taken by Brody Popoy. He gets run heavily into the glass by Brock Chitteroni. He's able to pull this back in front of his goaltender. Chitteroni moves it there for Connor Buick. Lost the puck. Tapped forward by Cloutier. Trying to play it there with a glove. Poked after by Carson Harmer. No rule, no hand pass. This is Drew Roscoe inside the blue line. A shot stopped by Fedorov with Cloutier right in front. And a scoring chance there as Chitteroni's hit by Carson Harmer. Brody Popoy turns Kravchuk into the boards. Now back in behind the net of Stepan Shurigan. It goes. Loose puck. Cloutier ran out of room. A little help from his goaltender there. James Go gets run into the wall as well. 67's finishing every hit possible here in this, really in the entire game, but in this third period still. Up 6-0, 12:56 in the third period. For Ottawa, this could be 6 consecutive victories and their fifth. It's already their fifth time winning 5 or more games in a row. Had a run of 9 straight back in December. Started the year on a tiny little 6-gamer as well. Sean Kingwall off the right side. Shut down at the Spirit blue line by Graydon Jones. It'll cost him his mouth guard. Now this will be Jensen Geldard in for Bodie Stewart. He is offside. That will bring play to a halt. 6-0 to start the year for the Ottawa 67's. Points in a very, very large majority of these hockey games. Nick Whitehead, who had the opening goal of this game, ended up picking the game winner in a very, what seems like a long time ago, season opener in a 6-2 win over the Kingston Frontenacs. It's been a lot of really positive hockey since then for Ottawa in a year where many did not anticipate the 67s being the playoff picture. Well, how about on top of the league? Jensen Geldart, left wing corner. Going to go back up the wall. That one's poked away by Sean Kingwell. Back to the neutral zone it goes. 8 minutes gone here in the third period. 6-0 Ottawa. Philip Ekberg will twist this one back in past Stepan Shurigan. Jensen Geldart, little bump into the skates for Graydon Jones. Barnes, pass back up. Hit by Ryan Hanrahan was David Bedkowski. Back in behind the Ottawa net it goes. Caleb Deitch passes this puck back around to Vandenberg. Bedkowski calmly off the wall. Deitch will set up back in behind Fedorov's net. And the Spirit defensive-minded here in this third period. Kind of dropped into a 3-2 in the neutral zone. Kluche and Rauja, the lead two players in that formation, dropped all the way back in between the red line and the offensive blue. Now the puck picked up by Uri Rauja, knocked off of his stick. Xander Valeris tries to shoulder on through with Andre Rummel. Puck knocked back out to neutral ice. Uri Rauja on things here for the Spirit. Short pass is picked up by Whitehead. Offside. As that was turned back there. Could have been an easy 2-on-1 back into Spirit real estate. 11:05 to go in this third period. Peterborough at home on January the 30th for the Ottawa 67. That's what's up next. They've got Sudbury, Brantford, Owen Sound, Oshawa as well at home. It's part of an 8-game homestand that carries them into February the 11th. They picked up 2 wins against Gatineau of the QMJHL, and just across the river here in Ottawa. Jasper Kuda and Nick Whitehead pick up the game winners in those 2 victories. All the way down, this goes for another icing here. 10:57 to go in the third period, in behind the Ottawa goal, so it's all the way back down into the Spirit end. And the Olympics of Gatineau right now, they're having a bit of a tough year, 15-24, 4-0. They sit in 8th place in the QMJHL's Western Conference, so it's been a run of opponents with lower points for the last little while here for the 67s. 10:52 left here as this puck pushed to the net and stopped by Stepan Shurigan. For Saginaw, the road ahead. Again, they get just their second matchup with the Sarnia Sting upcoming next Friday. McSema into the left wing circle here, the offensive end for Ottawa. Puck moved to Andre Rommel, and back in behind the Saginaw goal it goes. Sema away from Drew Roscoe. This one picked back up here by Dimas Yilkin, moved up ice. There will likely be some pleasantries exchanged after the game between Sema and his former teammates. Of course, played a couple hundred games in a Spirit uniform, of course. Well, there might be a little bit of hard feelings after a game like this. Here's a stretch pass up the left side. Kuda knocked off that puck by Zilkin. Xander Valeris gets dumped by Spencer Ballas. Back in behind the Saginaw net it goes again. Dimas Yilkin as Valeris gets an extra little swipe in there on one of the 67s in the corner. No penalties upcoming yet. As finally, Spencer Ballas and Xander Valeris get untied from one another. We got an offside call as Dimas Yilkin got in ahead of the play. 9:50 to go in the third. Ballas is incensed right now. He does not love that extra shot that Valeris was able to get in with the glove on him. Ballas trying to hang on to the stick as Valeris was vacating the premises. Spirit defensive might have gotten away with one there. 9:50 left in the third period. 6-0 hockey game. The Ottawa 67s have the lead. In the face-off outside the Ottawa blue line. Frankie Morelli, pretty nice backhander earlier in this game over to Connor Buick. And up the right side, Kravchuk knocked off the puck by Brody Papoy. Picked up and dropped back now. This is Morelli. Back in the Ottawa zone. Rejected by Jones. Picked up, moved in with speed. Down the wing, Spitznagel is hit by Graydon Jones and Brody Papoy in the neighborhood as well. Jacob Kluche back around to Blake Barnes. A couple of really good scoring chances in this game for Barnes. Still looking for his first marker in the OHL. Little bump pass up the near side sends Kluche through the neutral zone. Drop pass taken now by Harmer, sent rink wide. That one knocked down by Kronchek. Another puck back into the corner. This is Morelli to put it off the end wall. Intercepted by Kluche. Turnaround chance. That'll go back up to the left point. Now Jones for Barnes on the near side. Backs to the wall. Sends it cross ice. Kluche, a point shot tipped up and out of play off the goal stick of Fedorov. Down to 8:50 left in this third period. Ryder Fedorov got the night off against Oshawa last night. Jaden Nelson, 24 stops on 27 by the Generals. Great start to his OHL career, though, by Ryder Fedorov as he came in. Just one goal against. He won each of his first 3 starts, just one goal against in each of those games. 2.02 goals against average, second best in the OHL at this point in the season. And he stopped 15 against Saginaw so far. Here's Whitehead to try and get things out of the defensive end. Tries to get around James Go. They get locked up. Play going to continue. No more puck, though, for the 67's. They will get it back from Drew Roscoe. However, back behind the Spirit. That centering feed, right pad save. Made on the doorstep by Stepan Shurgin as he robs Cooper Foster. Turning puck taken back in the Ottawa zone by Caleb Deitch. As Fedorov gets the glove up on Jensen Geldark, try to obscure the vision a little bit. James Go turns this one off of Ryan Hanrahan. 50-50 puck at the Ottawa blue line will be sent back down the far boards. Roscoe to pick it up again. Another collision in the corner. Jensen Geldark dropped off, moved up the wall. Stewart lost it. Taken here by Bedkowski at the Ottawa portion of the neutral zone. Just fired back in for Josh Glavin. Turns a pass, turns it over. Sam McHugh right there with the stick. He'll put Jensen Geldarn into the wall. James Go turned over there. Here's a chance up high in the zone. Can't go from skate to stick for Andre Rommel. So Jacob Kluche back out to neutral ice. Pursues this puck. Dropped off. Here's a chance left behind by Hanrahan. Ryan Hanrahan keeps on going into the left circle. His shot may have caught Fedorov a little bit off guard. He shrugs it off and puts it up into the netting out of play. A couple of standout defensemen in this hockey game. Talked about Levi Harper. 37 points on the year, 5th best among defensemen in general. Leading rookie defenseman in the OHL. Cohen Ishkok 36 points now. Go right behind Harper with his pair of goals in this game. We'll have to redrop this puck. Still for the Spirit, 2 of the top 10 point getters in the Ontario Hockey League in Igor Barabanov and Nikita Klepov. As Ekberg will backhand this one back out. Down for an icing again the other direction, so that'll bring things back to the 67's. And again, to go back to the goaltending of what the 67's have gotten here. Fedorov, 2.02 goals against average. Jaden Nelson, who got the win in last night's game, again, 2.41. Their names all over the leaderboard. Fedorov, 925 save percentage. Only Ben Horebic of the Barrie Colts has a better one. Ekberg will take this out of a D-zone draw. Here's a 2-on-1 materializing for the 67's. Throws it back door, and that one popped over the stick of Sean Kingwell. He's hauled down by Uri Rauja. Top of the right circle. Snapshot gun wide there off the stick of Thomas Vandenberg. Saginaw gets it up the near side wall out to center ice. Vandenberg's on things again. Morelli for Vandenberg. Up the right side. Blake Barnes back in the Spirit end. Takes a heavy check. The puck rimmed back around. This is Morelli again. Up at the top of the right circle. A long shot right in. And a glove save made by Stepan Shurgin. Face-off will come in the right wing circle. 9:38 left in this third period. Things quieting down here in the third. Only 9 shots between these two hockey clubs in the final period of regulation. 5-4 Ottawa. 28-16 in the game. Nick Seema to take this face-off in the offensive zone against Igor Barabanov, and Seema's won it. More time at center in the last year or so than at any point in his career in the Ontario Hockey League for Nick Seema. Back out at center, the Spirit clear this puck. Connor Buick. Pursued by Dima Zilkin. That puck will ramp up the Spirit captain's stick. Glove down by Jasper Kuda. Left it behind. Zilkin wants to get back in the scoring column. His 7-game scoring streak was snapped 2 nights ago in Kingston. Morelli back in behind. This is deflected by Zilkin. Out of all the lengthy scoring streaks that had been carried through the weekend, the only one remaining is Levi Harper's at 5 straight games with a point. Now, of course, that in jeopardy here with Saginaw down 6-0. This on the far wall taken by James Go. They got less than 6 minutes to do something about it. Go, left circle, snaps a shot. That gets blocked. This is Morelli. Guides it ahead. Bowers off the left side, pursued by Barabanov. Tried to take him to the net. Bowers got a hack there from Barabanov. Play going to continue. Bowers from back and behind the Spirit goal. Backhander up to Dietz. Shot gets blocked by Zilkin off his left foot. That'll hobble him a little bit, but Zilkin brings it up ice and does what he can. Flipped it back in. Goes to the bench. David Betkowski hit by Saginaw's Klepov. This is James Go to toss it back around. Out of the corner. Caleb Dietz will pull that there off of the possession of Jensen Geldart. Up the far wall again. A little collision there. James Go does what he can to keep things alive. David Betkowski pulls things back in front of his goaltender. Off the near side wall. Kravchuk turned it back into the Spirit end. Long toss off the far wall. Betkowski nearly coughed that up in the high slot. It'll be taken away now by Kravchuk. Right side, Graydon Jones is pursued, put heavily into the boards by Brock Chitteroni. Chitteroni's laid some considerable body checks here in this game. 4.5 left in the third period. Ottawa up 6-0. Geldart, cross-ice pass. Bodie Stewart attacks with speed, but offside is Hanrahan. Cohen Ashkokigan pulls the stick out of his hands. 4:28 to go in the third period. 6-0 Ottawa. We'll drop the puck in the neutral zone in a moment here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Recognize that sound? That's your heart racing when law enforcement catches you for drunk driving. Truth is, it's happening more and more these days. Cops are cracking down all across America. If you drive drunk, it's more likely than ever you will get caught and you will be arrested. So don't take any chances. If you're drunk, do not get behind the wheel. And maybe you could avoid feeling like this. Drunk driving, over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
4:28 left in the third period here from TD Place. 6-0. The Ottawa 67's have the lead on the Saginaw Spirit. These two teams will get one more chance at each other. It'll be for a little while yet. February the 26th, the Spirit will welcome the 67's back to the Dow Event Center. They need one more body on the ice here. That's Carson Harmer's going to hop the boards. Center Bodie Stewart and Ryan Hanrahan. Now Stewart's going to come in to take the drop. And he's won it with help from Hanrahan. Back to Josh Glavin. Blake Barnes, tapped back in by Carson Harmer. Ryder Fedorov there to leave that puck back for Cohen Ashkokigan. Andre Rummel. Long pass goes off of Cooper Foster. Off the boards, Josh Glavin there for Bodie Stewart. Ryan Hanrahan. Up to neutral ice, Carson Harmer can't pull that puck off the wall. Cohen Ashkokigan. Back for Rummel off the end boards. Cooper Foster. Jammed after by James Go. Rummel now. Couple of steps north. Finds Nick Whitehead. Fired it back in to the right wing corner of the Spirit end. Backhanded along by Josh Glavin. James Go hit. Carson Harmer cross-ice pass too far away from Bodie Stewart. So now this is Frankie Morelli back in behind the Ottawa net. Morelli back over. Connor Buick sent back in and out of play as it will deflect here. 3:26 left in the third period. Face off to come, looks like in the neutral zone. as the Spirit will go back to the drawing board after this one. See what they can come away with as they get set for the Sarnia Sting next Friday night. Sarnia 13, 26, 5-1 coming into today. So perhaps a little bit more manageable. The Spirit and the Sting have only met once so far this season. This is pushed back now in behind the Saginaw net. Brody Papoy turns this one here for Drew Roscoe. Now up for Jacob Kluche. A lot of Roscoe on the ice here for the Spirit in this last weekend's worth of games. Again, 6'7", right shot defenseman, moves well. There's a lot of potential on the ice right now, and that young man wearing number 11 in white, Brody Papoy, will be knocked off the puck now. Kravchuk saw to that. Roscoe there for Jensen Geldart. Just outside the Ottawa blue line, Jacob Kluche. Cross ice Barnes. Nice little one-touch there. Brody Papoy gets stepped up there by Morelli. Kravchuk backhands it in behind Shurigan. Inside the last 2.5 minutes of this one. 6-0 67's. Looking to go for their 6th consecutive victory. As Brody Papoy backhands this away. A lot of bodies down behind the play. As everybody's all tied up. Blake Barnes had to drop his stick from underneath Teddy Spitznagel to be able to pick it up again. Now Klepov twisting into the right wing circle. Here's a chance. Klepov bumps it over. Barabanov tried to sweep that towards Fedorov. Couldn't do it. He's got it, though, in the right corner. This is Barabanov. Back up high for Jones. The return pass goes into the corner. Inside 2 minutes here. Spirit trying to spoil the party for Ryder Fedorov. Barabanov takes the hit from Bedkowski. Klepov off the wall. Stick left there on Kingwell. Now it's Barabanov. Off some skates for Thomas Vandenberg. Right back in front of his goaltender. Dishes across ice for Caleb Deitch. They work out of the zone. It's deflected by Xander Valeris. Up and into the seats. 1:28 here in the third period. For the Spirit, it'll be back-to-back losses in the midst of what's been one of the more inspired stretches of hockey. First time with consecutive losses since January 8th and 9th between Kingston and Flint. One on home ice, one on the road. 6-1 and 4-2 in those two games. $14 goals against now here for the Spirit in their last two contests. As this is back in behind the Ottawa goal. Bowis. Back up for Kuda and into the Spirit end where Josh Glavin is there. Dimas Yilkin, pocket picked. 67's want something more. It's Nick Sema. Taken away from him by Yilkin and sent down the ice. Just enough for icing. Offensive zone face-off here for Ottawa, 58.9. Sema is going to stay out. Got a couple of things to say to the Spirit bench. Going to try to get one against his former club here. Lines up in the left wing with Jasper Kuda. Sema has been a great addition to the 67's. Goal and 6 helpers for 7 points. This one's brought back out to center ice. Bowis fired it back in off the glass. Nick Sema watching Josh Glavin. This one thrown back up in between the dots. Picked up now by Igor Barabanov. Up the near side boards, looking for Dimas Yilkin. 67's Rummel will take a piece out of Yilkin. This goes back in behind the Ottawa goal for Colin Ashkokagan. Jammed up the boards, out to center. Glavin pursued by Sema, but Klepov on it here. Throws one rink wide for Barabanov. Pushed out wide, Ashkokagan. Follows Barabanov to the wall. Stolen, flipped it back up, and Nick Sema could have had a break there. Got tied up in his skates. Gets a little shoulder there from Ryan Hanrahan. And offside, 14.7 left in period 3. Could have been a breakaway. Nick Sema floating in the neutral zone a little bit. That puck got tied up in his skates a little bit. That'll be the last shift for him against the former club tonight. Again, they'll have another chance together February 26th. He and Glavin go back and forth a little bit here on the way back to the benches. Morelli and Buick back in the Ottawa zone. In a 6-0 hockey game, that'll be it. 16 save shutout for the Ottawa goaltender, Ryder Fedorov, as they pick up their 6th consecutive victory. Tough way to end the trip here for the Saginaw Spirit, but back home they go. Rest and recharge. They've got the Sarnia Sting and the Barrie Colts next weekend. Able to pick up a pretty solid win against the Peterborough Petes on Thursday. 8-2 on Friday to Kingston and 6-0 here today to the Ottawa 67. We'll take a break. Post-game coming up here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber Ford is proud to serve Bay City with the same customer service the Great Lakes Bay region has come to expect since 1907. Our Ford team of experts you know and trust are dedicated to making your experience even better. And your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at Garber Ford. Come see us in Bay City at the intersection of Euclid, Wilder, and Better. Online at GarberFordBayCity.com.
Prost Wine Bar and Charcuterie now has 2 buzzing locations to enjoy. Visit us in downtown Frankenmuth or in uptown Bay City. We offer a full bar, menu, and memorable atmosphere. Walk-ins are always welcome, and Bay City is now accepting reservations online at ProstWineBar.com. Open 7 days a week. Make Prost Wine Bar in Frankenmuth or uptown Bay City your destination for great wine and even better times.
The Ramsey Show.
My wife and I recently got on the budget. We have $370,000 of debt, all student loans. So I'm a doctor. I am in residency. I have 2 more years left.
The thing you have to avoid then is getting what we call doc-itis. You go buy a new BMW to prove that you're a new MD instead of paying off your freaking student loans.
No, I've heard of that disease and I studied it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Ramsey Show, weeknights at 9 on WSGW. The Art Lewis Show.
We don't spend every day, every minute of the show doing just politics. There's so many other things we have to tackle. Local issues, local people, and that's what makes it interesting. The same thing over and over again. We'd all get real bored in a hurry. We get political discussions, they get heated, but it's not the only thing in life. For some people it is. I feel sorry for them. They're missing a lot.
The Art Lewis Show, weekday mornings at 9 on WSGW. Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
Welcome back inside TD Place. One final time here on this Sunday evening. Final score from this afternoon's contest, a 6-0 win for the Ottawa 67's over the Saginaw Spirit. Things just getting a little out of hand in the second. Only 1 goal against for Saginaw in the first, 5 against them in the second. They were able to hold the door shut in the third period. No goals get past either Stepan Shurigan in that third period or Ryder Fedorov, and Fedorov skating the 16-save shutout as well. Take a look back at some of the highlights, some of the moments from that third period. Things got a little bit close. Nick Whitehead had been all over the score sheet here for the Ottawa 67's. Got another really decent opportunity on Stepan Shurigan to start out the third period. Hitting now as Conk again. Bouncer backhanded right in front. Stopped on a great right pad save. It's underneath Shurigan somewhere. No whistle yet. Now he finally is able to locate it. Stretch pass there and a little stretch out of the leg from Stepan Shurigan. Able to keep things closed in the second period. Cooper Foster had not made too much of an impact directly on the score sheet. 2 assists, of course, to that point in the game, but hadn't found the back of the net. The Ottawa 67's captain. Best bid in the game came in the third period, and another stop by Stepan Shurigan. Whitehead trying to get things out of the defensive end. Let's get around James Gill. They get locked up. Play going to continue. No more puck, though, for the 67's. They will get it back from Drew Roscoe. However, back behind the Spirit. That centering feed, right pad save. Made on the doorstep by Stepan Shurigan as he robs Cooper Foster. And our My Michigan Health save of the game. There were a number of breakaways stopped by Stepan Shurigan in this contest, but we mentioned the one on Nick Whitehead earlier in this hockey game. He would find the back of the net, but could have been a lot more had it not been for the Spirit netminder Shurigan with our My Michigan Health save of the game. This puck back out at center. It will be stolen here. Ottawa back in. McHugh hits the late man. The trailer in front. Great save. Oh, Shurigan. Thought he had him dead to rights. He robs Whitehead. Stepan Shurigan finishes the game on this Sunday evening. 22 saves on 28 shots. Ryder Fedorov, 16 saves shutout to pick up for him, win number 21 on the season. Our final stats brought to you by Raymond. 5-4, the Ottawa shots in the third period, 28-16 in the game. No penalties in that third period, so Ottawa 1 for 4 in the game. Saginaw 0 for 1. They did not get too many opportunities. Saginaw the 26-20 face-off advantage. Take a look at our applied innovation look ahead here for Saginaw. The Sarnia Sting on the road on Friday at Progressive Auto Sales Arena. And the Barrie Colts next Saturday. And a 7:05 puck drop between the Spirit and the Colts for First Responders Night. That's a little bit of a more calm weekend here for the Spirit coming up. 3 stars at tonight's game brought to you by Applebee's 367's. Nick Whitehead had a goal in this contest. Ryder Fedorov, the 16-save shutout. He's your second star. And Cohen Eshkokagan, 2 goals. He's your first star, +1 on the game. Final score in this one, the Ottawa 67's 6, the Saginaw Spirit nothing. Saginaw now 17, 22, 3 and 4. They have 41 points and hope to hang on to that 7th spot in the OHL's Western Conference. Thanks to Matt Lester. He's our board op back at WSGW today. Thanks to all of you for listening. Hope that all of you are staying warm and staying safe as we'll make our way back to Saginaw as well. Thanks for listening this weekend, everybody. Good night, Saginaw. My name's Dylan Clark. We'll talk to you next time.
You've been listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. All season long, the Spirit play on WSGW 100.5 FM and online WSGW.com. We now return to regular programming on WSGW.